me while I tried to wrap my head around how she could possibly have done that to me. I've had casual flirting with people over the years, but to act on something physically with someone other than your spouse is completely disgusting to me. The worst part is I love this woman more than anyone. She's been my, here we go again. She's been my best friend for the last 8 years. She knows everything about me. I want to hate her and make her sleep at her parents' house until we divorce, but all I want to do is, be near her again. Yeah, dude, that's because, she was in the hurry-up offense. That's what happened here. So now you're scampering, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and she has the next 3 plays that she just called in the huddle. That's why this is why it sucks to be you right now. One of my close friends tells me what I know is the right thing. He goes, let it go. Don't bother with counseling. What else has she done that you don't know about? How can you never trust her again? Bill, is it possible for me to forgive my wife? Am I wasting my time? Also, I found out who this guy is, and I really wish I hadn't. Yeah, dude. Of course, all I wanted to do was show up at the job and beat the shit out of him like Ed Norton beats the blonde pretty boy up in Fight Club. He writes, I wanted to destroy something beautiful. My other thought is, since this guy also cheated on his girlfriend, who he's still with, he did it with my wife. I threatened to tell his girlfriend what he'd done, but not actually do it. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That way, he'd live in fear of coming home and her knowing everything because I told her, or he would try to beat me to it and admit to it, hopefully ending his relationship and getting terminal cancer and AIDS. Terminal cancer and AIDS. And you know what? You're still being a gentleman. I still think that you're handling this with class, wishing terminal cancer and AIDS on this guy. I know you don't give a shit. Of course I give a shit. But not occupy. But I've got to occupy my mind, so I thought I'd do it here. Yeah, dude, why would you think I don't give a shit? I mean, I'm not a friend of yours, but you know what I mean? Give me a fucking break. This is horrific. All right, your first question. Bill, is it possible for me to forgive my wife? Eventually, you're going to have to. Or you're going to go on a fucking tear. And you're going to meet some really damaged fucking women. And they're going to reinforce everything that you've now found out about your wife. So you can't do that. You're going to go on a fucking hate fuck pussy spree that is, you don't want to do that. He said, am I wasting my time? Yeah, dude, it's over. She's not happy. She's not good at communicating. She puts a lid on it, until it boils over. This is the deal, dude. You know what? This is going to kill you. All right? Let's go with the positive. You don't have any kids with her. Okay? You can just walk away. Okay? We had a problem. And there was, there's nothing we can do. It's over. He didn't make it. You just fucking walk away. Just walk away. It's over. All right? That's a good thing. All right? One thing, you've had a bunch of kids with this person who, for whatever reason, couldn't say that they were on. I don't think that she even wanted to fucking marry you. I think she ignores her feelings. She's actually having a fucking breakthrough right now while stomping all over your fucking heart. All right? Well, I don't know. Fuck her. Give me a break, dude. You loved her with all your heart. You say her mother's a sweetheart. You got dogs. You like communicating, dude. You know something? You're like the fucking guy. You're the guy my girl wants me to be. Every fucking woman wants a guy like that. Guy who actually wants to be married. Guy who actually comes home and communicates. A guy who gets along with the mom and all that type of shit. You're a family man, all right? Unfortunately, you met the wrong person. So forget that, dude. All right? Forget it. Forget it. Fuck that. It's over. Walk away. Walk away, dude. Give me a fucking break. You know what you're talking about there? You're talking about, like, the amount of fucking shit she has to go through before she even learns how to just communicate her fucking emotions. And the frustration of that's going to mean every once in a while she's going to blow somebody at work. Are you wasting your time? Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay? Abso-fucking-lutely. And as far as, like, going there and trying to fuck over that other guy you don't need to fuck him over. He's fucking himself over. He's living a life of misery. That life is miserable. To fuck around with the person that you're with somebody else, that is a miserable life. I don't know. I think it's something that a lot of guys do, myself included, back in the day, in my 20s, going into 30s, trying to fucking, figure myself out. I lived that life, that whole fucking double. It's horrible. It's a fucking horrible thing. And in the end, I ended up alone, and I hurt a lot of people, and I was a complete piece of shit. So, and believe me, dude, it was miserable. It ended up with me on a fucking futon. So, yeah, dude, you're don't become a piece of shit now. Don't judge other women like that. Just fucking, yeah, get out of it. Get out of it, and just know that it's going to be a fucking, I don't know, it's going to be 100 yards of pain that you never fucking dealt with in your life, and you just got to go through it. And I would say the next time you get with somebody, you're going to get serious with somebody, you make goddamn sure that they know how to fucking communicate. Because that's a scary thing to get with a woman who doesn't know how to communicate. Because that's something that they're supposed to teach us how to do. In a way. They make you better because I can just say, no, I don't feel like doing that without fucking punching the wall. They do that so to settle you down. If you get with some psycho and she can't settle you down, I mean, she's damaged goods, still. Wife leaving. Oh, geez. Bill, quick question. I turned 42 years old today, and after 17 years of marriage, my wife announced she wants a divorce on your birthday. God damn it. You know what that is? That's some cold lotion right there. That is some cold lotion. Sorry, that's an inside joke between me and Nia. My gut has been telling me for months she's been cheating on me. I got to tell you what cold lotion is now. Cold lotion is when somebody is going to do something right and then they fuck it up. It basically started one day when Nia wanted me to put lotion on her back, and I didn't rub it in my hand, so it was cold, so I put it on her back. So I was doing this loving thing that was good for her skin, but I did it in a way that made it awful. All right? So the reason why that would, right here, this would be cold lotion, is because she probably got him a birthday gift. Happy birthday to da 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 ba ba boop 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 boop. And then, yeah, I want a divorce. She got him a fucking chainsaw, or a goddamn hockey jersey, whatever the fuck he wanted, baked him a cake, and then kicked him right in his fucking twat. All right. He said, my gut has been telling me that she's been cheating on me for months. She's packed up and left the house, but many of her things are still here. She's coming by next week to pick them up. Here's my dilemma. Her dildo/vibrator is amongst the items she's left behind and will be coming back to get. So do I coat it with hot sauce or not? Thanks. Shit. Do I have time to answer this one? All right. How do I fucking answer this? You know what? A woman would do that to a guy. Okay? But this is the thing. A guy would just take it. A woman would do something like that to a guy. Like, what the fuck would she do? She'd fucking, I don't know, pour water on your computer. What is the female equivalent to putting hot sauce on a fucking vibrator? I don't know. What do you jerk off with, sir? A woman would definitely do some shit like that. All right? If you were fucking cheating on her and you broke up with her on her birthday, I mean, you want to talk about hell hath no fury? Hey, women, you know what? Why don't you guys write in? Hey, ladies, write in and tell me what you would do to your fucking a guy who did that to you after you dedicated 17 years of your life to them. All right? You found out they were fucking cheating on you. Well, you didn't find out, but you had a good feeling. Then they broke up with you on your birthday. What would you do? I don't know what they would do, but this is the thing. You don't want to do that shit. Don't do that shit, because it's, I mean, you're going to go to divorce court. She's already probably going to try to take you to the fucking cleaners, provided, she makes more money. If she doesn't make more money than you, don't do it. Just know this. Okay? Whoever she's going to is now shacking up with a cheating cunt. All right? And you sound like you're a good dude. You're devastated, although, it's a little crazy to want to put hot sauce on it. I don't know. The way I look at it, dude, the sooner she comes back and gets all of her shit out of your life, the better. You're 42 years old, dude. I'm telling you. Hit the gym, P90X, fucking insanity, whatever you got to do. Get yourself ripped up and look better than you ever fucking looked in your life. All right? And then what I would do if I was your age, I'd go to one of those fucking dating sites. All right? Go to one of those dating sites and get yourself fucking some hot, good girl, 10 fucking years younger than you. All right? Do that instead of putting hot sauce on a fucking dildo. All right, dude? You're above that. Please tell me you're better than that. All right? This fucking twat doesn't want to be with you. Fuck her. Fuck her. And letting some other fucking asshole who goes around banging somebody's fucking wife. Those two pieces of shit, they should get together. They should get married. They'll have a baby. You know what? It'll probably be a fucking banker. All right? Fuck her. Don't do that. Don't stoop to her level. Let her leave. You want to leave? Go ahead and leave. All right? And then one day she's going to see you and be like, what the fuck was I thinking? And you're going to be like, it's too late. It's too late for you. She's younger, she's hotter, she's a sweetheart, and she doesn't suck another dick in the relationship. You filthy pirate whore. All right? There you go. Okay. Jesus, everybody giving me shit. Remember last week when I called that woman a douchebag? Remember the douchebag of the week last week? Because she was giving me shit. Once again, a female, surprise, surprise, was giving me shit that when I read the underrated, overrated, or the questions people have, I wouldn't say what sex they were. And she somehow found out a way to kind of, I don't know, make me look like I was some chauvinist that I guess she felt if it was a good question, I credited a guy. And, you know, it's a free podcast. All right? Stop being so fucking cunty. So she became douchebag of the week. So evidently she didn't like it. And what does she do? She sends me an email. Here's the email she sends me. Bill, it's nice that you named me douchebag of the week. I don't really give a shit because I always mean what I write. I don't even know what that means because I always mean what I write. Oh, really? What are the rest of us just faking it? We're just joking around? But not you. You're so fucking serious. So anyways, evidently this psycho. This is a new segment. This is I can't figure out if this is love letter of the week or psycho of the week. I don't know. You guys name it. I don't give a shit. So anyway, she goes, I don't really give a shit because I always mean what I write. And it seems you're just talking shit about two things that I wrote that seemed bitchy. No, I was talking about your entire email. Don't try to knock it down. All right, continue here. She goes, call me a cunt, but I really don't give a fuck. You've read a lot of my comments previously and agreed with them or had a good response to them. I'm literally fixing her sentences because she doesn't know how to write here. But it's nice that you will consider telling the gender of the person who the comments are from. And I know you have a shitload of people who listen to your podcast, but I got you some more since my friends who heard the podcast thought it was fucking hilarious, and then they started listening to you. So you really should be thanking me. Isn't this just typical? This is just all going to be woman bashing this week. Isn't this just typical of a fucking female? You know what I mean? She's getting something every week that is free, and she still found a way to bitch about it. Okay? And then when I call her out for being a douchebag, now she's actually trying to make me feel guilty. You know, you call me douchebag, whatever. I mean, just, even though I got a whole bunch of friends to listen to it, I mean, probably should be thanking me, but, that's okay. Shut up. I swear to God. Why can't you slap women? Back in the day, how great did that feel? You have on the wife beater the wind blowing through your armpit hair as you just fucking crack. I know it's evil. I don't give a fuck. Fuck all you guys. I don't give a shit. This is the rest of her email, okay? Before you think I'm an asshole, this is what she wrote. This is actually so psychotic. It's hilarious. She writes, and yeah, I do know that the name shows up on the email even if I don't sign it, but you just make it seem like you that much of a retard to notice. That's literally what she wrote. And then she wrote, you're over 40 and have the vocabulary of a 7th grader. Your is spelt Y-O-U-R. All right, for all you morons out there, your Y-O-U-R is possessive, meaning like that's your shirt. Okay? If you're saying you're over 40, that's you are. Okay? So that means if you're going to say your, it's an apostrophe. Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. So if you're a dumb fuck like this woman, if you don't know, the next time you go to write your, just stop and see if you are would still fit. All right? Like, you're over 40. You are over 40. Okay? Right there, you know you got to use the apostrophe as opposed to saying you're over 40. So what is over? Do I own over? You dumb fuck. But I do have the vocabulary of a 7th grader. But you know something? You have the fucking vocabulary of a 3rd grader. All right? You're over 40 and you have the vocabulary of a 7th grader. You can't recognize real words. How hilarious is this? And she's misspelling stuff. You stutter when you read, and I hope your dog outlives you. And you die lonely because of your inability to commit and therefore never achieve the comedic fame of the great George Carlin. So, Simon says, go fuck yourself, since it sounds like you have major brain damage. All right. Sweetheart, I'm really going to try to help you out here. Okay, if you hope that my dog outlives me, and then you say, and then I die lonely. Okay, if I'm going to die before my dog, mathematically, the fucking dog is still going to be there, so how am I going to be lonely? You know? The dog would have to die first or run away. So what you should say is, I hope your dog outlives you, then runs away, and then you die by yourself, as opposed to saying, I hope your dog outlives you and you die lonely. No, I would die before my dog and be sitting there licking my face in my last few pathetic moments. And then evidently, because of my inability to commit to a relationship, I'll never achieve the comedic fame of George Carlin. Oh, that totally makes sense. It has nothing to do with the fact that I wasn't blessed with his gifts as a comedian. You know, all you have to do to be as good as George Carlin is just commit to a relationship to some psycho fucking chick like you. All right? Lady, these are podcasts. These are jokes. When I call somebody a douchebag, I'm just fucking around, so don't take it seriously. But if you want to, you and your friends can go fuck yourselves and go listen to another podcast, all right? Stop trying to threaten me like you're going to take podcast listeners away. I don't give a shit. This is free. What are you going to take away advertising dollars from me? I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and your friends. I hope you're all listening it together. Fuck all of you. Look around the room. Look into each one of your eyes. I'm saying fuck all of you. You know what's funny is your friends are probably laughing at you right now. Going, you know what? She is kind of a cunt. She really is like that. She does have a tendency. I know I shouldn't use that word, but I'm serious. She is. She can be real cunty sometimes. And she has a tendency to exaggerate things that aren't really happening. Oh, let's get into this shitstorm. Last week, I did somebody asked me a question about why, when a guy does something for his girlfriend, why is it never enough? And one of the problems that I've had and that this guy had last week is you try to plan something that both you and your girlfriend can enjoy as your night out, and evidently women have a problem when you pick something for the both of you to do that you as a guy will also enjoy. Evidently, from what I'm reading from these fucking psycho emails that I got this week, is that if it's not 100% about them, if you don't literally make a Rose Bowl fucking float, sit them on it, and then drag it down the street with your fucking teeth, they feel that you got too much enjoyment out of the evening. So basically the evening was really your evening. It was real. Look at the fucking wedding day. You stand in it like an idiot, and she makes this grand entrance. She gets some one-of-a-kind dress, and you get a tuxedo that some fucking drunk's going to wear at a 15-year anniversary for a bowling alley the next fucking week. You know what I mean? All right, let's listen to what the twats had to say this week. All right, here's this wonderful girl. And I say she's wonderful because she actually admitted that she was a psycho, because I actually emailed her and asked her, why do you only respond to male-female shit? And she sort of, in her own little cute way, admitted that she was a psycho, so I can't hate her. But anyways, this is her email. Hey, Bill, I love the clueless email questions from your male listeners. That's always a great way, by the way, to get the other people to listen to what you have to say. Right out of the gate, just start insulting them and talking down to them. He said the guy was asking, why is it never enough to please a woman? Since he and then she's referring to his email. She says, since he admits he isn't home a lot, I'm guessing his wife/girlfriend is doing all the dirty work for him. His laundry, cleaning, cooking, picking up after him, etc. All right, let's stop right there. She's doing all the dirty work. Let me ask you guys a question. Would you rather sit home doing laundry? First of all, laundry is the most overrated fucking chore ever. If you have laundry in your fucking apartment,
What that takes all of a minute to load the fucking thing in. And if you're not colorblind, it probably takes 45 seconds to load it in. And then you go back to watching The Price is Right. Cleaning, cooking, picking up after him. I would rather do that than do what this other guy's doing. This other guy is working like 60 hours a fucking week. Okay, let's move it. She's already made this assumption. Okay. Then she wants him to spend some time with him, and he comes up with something that he wanted to do. Just like when you took your girlfriend on that drive, all we heard about was the love story between you and the car. You were more excited about the car than anything. It was like you were on a date with the car and your girlfriend just came along for the ride. Listen back to even the tone in your voice when you were talking about it. It's like you were talking about another woman. All right, you know something? I could sit around for 20 years trying to come up with the perfect paragraph to talk how insanely jealous and psychotic women are. Can you? They're jealous about an inanimate object. She's talking about a car. It's almost like you were talking about another woman. Lady, you are out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. And you're totally ignoring the fact that I took her out to dinner. I took her out to lunch. I took her up for a ride up to Pacific Coast Highway. People fly out here as a vacation to do that. A lot of couples do that. And I'll tell you right now, they don't do it in a Corvette convertible. They do it in like a fucking, whatever, a Buick Century. Really? I mean, it literally is never enough. You're actually proving this guy's point. So she says, my husband does the same damn thing. I'm like, what can we do for fun today/tonight? And the only thing he can come up with are things that interest him. Well, what can you come up with? Can you come up with anything that doesn't interest yourself, you selfish cunt? You're doing the exact same fucking thing. And it's unbelievably selfish for you to sit here and have like a day that's for both of you, and it has to be 100% about you. Because what? You did some laundry? You lazy fuck? You know what women are? They're like adult children. That's what they are. They never get beyond. They're like juveniles. They're adults, but they still want to be treated like they're not of age. It's just fucking boggles my goddamn mind. She goes, I'd rather not do anything at all. I think it's selfish and obnoxious that everything we do has to have his interests before mine. So everything that they do should have your interests before his? These fucking broads. See, this is my thing. This is why you should never get married. You should never be in a fucking relationship. You shouldn't. Because they just constantly fucking hack away at your goddamn knees, and their idea of a relationship is that you do everything that they want to do. And right now, they're sitting there shaking their heads. They're going, no, no. Even the girl who wrote that's probably saying no. And there's a bunch of other women going like, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I went to a ping pong convention. They always come up with some stupid ass fucking example. And at the end of the fucking day, you have to do everything that they do. You have to do what the fuck they want to do, or else they get mad. Okay? And that, my friend, is when jerking off comes into play. Because when you really break it down, what's the worst thing that they're going to do to you? They're not going to fuck you for a few days. Okay? And I got to be honest with you. Once you rub one out, who gives a fuck? And you have to have that clarity when your nuts are full. Do you know what I mean? Am I sounding like a fucking maniac here? I know I am, but you got to hear what this other woman wrote. And of course I don't have it in front of me because I'm an idiot. Where the fuck is it? All right. I am writing to comment on the why it is never enough discussion on your last episode. I'll start by saying that the guy that wrote in, and to a slightly lesser extent you, come off as total douches. Let me explain my view of the writer's situation. Oh, I guess the guy who sent the email. And yes, I am one of those manipulative, selfish creatures known as women. Yeah, you are. What, you called yourself out on it? Now was I supposed to like read that and be like, wow, I really am too harsh on women? See, you're like trying to manipulate me with your fucking bullshit already. Okay, here we go. I don't remember the names, so I'll call him Bob and his wife Sally. Bob neglects Sally. A huge fuck up on Bob's part. Now let's get back to the detail here. He's neglecting her. What is he? Is he out at the bar chasing other women? This guy is out working his fucking ass off. This is the thing that women don't understand. What they don't understand is, this is, maybe I'm being a moron again, or a douche, as this lady says. I think a lot of women don't understand what it takes to be successful. What it takes is sacrifice. And in your 20s, you have to work your fucking ass off. That's what I did for 5 years. My first 5 years in this fucking business, I had no girlfriend. I had no social life. I had nothing. All I was doing shows and fucking rubbing one out. That's what the fuck I did every goddamn day. I went to work. I was writing jokes at work, and at night I got in a piece of shit car, and I would sometimes drive to another fucking state. And you know why I had no girlfriend during that time? Because none of them could understand what I had to do to get where I am today. All of them were giving me shit. You're doing stand-up again tonight? Do you realize how many Richard Pryors are fucking working at a Home Depot or Jimi Hendrix because they hooked up with the wrong fucking twat who talked them out of their goddamn dream because they didn't want to hear it, because they said you needed some sort of responsibility. This fucking guy is doing the right thing, and she's calling him selfish. He's at work busting his ass trying to get ahead. So when he's 40, he's not a fucking loser. And he has, see, and they all want the fucking house. They all want it fucking yesterday, but they don't want to get through the bullshit of it. They don't want to go through the bullshit of it where you actually have to not see him for a little while because he's out working. So anyways, huge fuck up on his part to be busting his goddamn ass. So he says Bob decides to make it up to her by taking her to see your live show. She says, which is awesome. And a dinner, which is pretty standard. This is how out of control women are. She's getting a free fucking meal. And they're so spoiled as a sex that she describes a free fucking meal as standard. Do you know what I have to do as a man to get a free meal? I have to win like a radio contest. You know, I got to call up this radio station and imitate the local sports guy. And I have to beat out all these other fucking guys who are... I haven't had a free meal since I was 8 years old. My parents took me to McDonald's or whatever, maybe 13, 14. Women are so fucking spoiled that this guy is busting his ass at work. That's viewed as selfish. He's buying this girl a free dinner, and it's viewed as standard. They're out of their fucking mind. So anyway, she goes, Sally basically tells her friends, who may or may not know, that Bob has been fucking up. Once again, Bob is fucking up because he's busting his ass at work. So when they're 40, they're going to be on easy street. He's fucking up right now. These same bitches who make you fucking, not chase your dream, leave you when you're 38 because you're a fucking loser. Right? All right. I love generalizing. It really gets these twats, cunt hairs in a fucking... I can't even finish that sentence. That was so evil. All right, let's plow ahead. Who may or may not know that Bob has been fucking up, that this night out is not what she had in mind, but she is taking what she can get, playing the victim. Oh, the poor baby. She's taking what she got, a free meal. She's just taking what she can get. And she's getting a show, to come out to my show, one of the best fucking comedians in the country. You like that? I'm talking shit. It's football Sunday. And plus I'm reading the Ric Flair. The best comic on the biggest hill. Anyways, Bob gets upset and determines that no one has ever or will ever be able to please any female. Code for why should he even make an effort to make his wife happy in their marriage. That's not code for that. That's how you read into it. You've never met Bob. You've made all kinds of assumptions here. Poor Bob. Bob's douchery becomes crystal clear when he says something to the effect of, "This whole night out was supposed to be about her." This is classic male privilege wankery. But I realize this is hard for you and Bob to see, so I'm here to help. I'll try to make it simple. When you piss off your wife, bringing her along to a show you already wanted to go to and that she is only mildly interested in, then being a little scrotum about it when is underwhelmed by the fact that you are actually making an effort to go out with her, which is what you should have been doing as a matter of course, is not the way to go. Oh my God. I mean, the arrogance in this. I love people who are arrogant and they're calling you out for being arrogant. Bringing her to a show. Do you understand? I'm going to stop being a jerk here because maybe I can actually convince a couple women. Do you understand what it takes? This actually, I've been generalizing. There are women out there who understand what it takes to become successful. And I guarantee you most of them are not in relationships. And they have a difficult time being in relationships. Because the guy they're with wants to go home and play fucking footsie or wants her around. and doesn't understand that these are the years where she has to bust her ass to get where the fuck she's going to be. You know? So, lady, both of you guys are 100% wrong. I could see if this guy was out drinking with his buddies, if this guy was out fucking around on her, or if he was just sitting there staring at the TV watching football and not paying attention to her when he brings her out, yeah, then I could see that he should have some sort of mini all about you wedding day for her. Okay? But if this guy is busting his ass at fucking work, okay, he's not going out having a good time either. So he should be allowed to have some sort of enjoyment. You understand? He should be able to enjoy some of the day, some of the night also. And this is another thing that you haven't even brought up. How much of the rent do you think he's fucking paying? I'd be willing to bet that he's paying more than she is. A lot of guys are in that situation too, when you get this, the adult child version of a fucking woman. I'm telling you. You women, I'm telling you, the two who wrote in, you're way out of line on this one. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. You're 100% in the fucking wrong here. You're being selfish, beyond fucking selfish. This guy is at work. He's busting his ass trying to get ahead. Do you think this guy wants to fucking work 60 hours a week? Nobody dreams about doing that. Why do you think he's doing that? He's trying to become successful. So the next time like I said, if this guy had been fucking around, or if this guy had been sitting there watching, sports and not paying attention to you and hadn't given you a compliment since you could fucking remember, yeah, then I could understand. You know what I mean? Taking you to the whatever the fuck you wanted to go to. But for you to sit there and this guy spends his hard-earned fucking money, takes you out to dinner, okay? Which you got to understand is not standard. Okay? And how fucking spoiled are you that you think that is standard? I got the fucking hiccups here. I'm so goddamn upset. You guys are 100% wrong. If any of you broads out there want to try to come out and support these two girls, I mean, go for it, because I don't see how they're wrong. This guy did nothing wrong. He took her out to go see a show. It's just, his stand-up comedy is not respected. It isn't. If he took you out to see a Broadway show or a fucking musical or I guess that's the same thing. I don't know what. I guess if he took you out for dinner and a movie, I love how like guys always have to show some sort of imagination. It's standard. It was just imagination. We like surprises. And it's like, when was the last time your girl actually showed any fucking imagination when they got you a shirt, or some sports DVD, Do they ever really show any sort of fucking imagination? I'll tell you who does. My girl. She actually showed some imagination. One year. When I first met her, I was playing drums, She knew I was into drums. She knew I loved them, and she actually got me this pair of drums. She got me a pair of drumsticks. We'd only been going on for like a month, so there was like that thing, you can't get a really huge gift, but you got to get them something. She got me a pair of drumsticks, and she had my initials engraved in them. I never even used them. I thought it was unique. It was loving. And it didn't cost that much money, and it was totally fucking cool. I wouldn't be like, well, you got to do that every birthday, Surprise me. Like you did with the drumsticks, except spend a ton of fucking money, too, I don't even know if that even fucking... I think I started to make one point, and then I made another one in that one. I'm so fucking annoyed by these women. They're out of their fucking minds. You're out of your fucking minds. Okay? And if the guy who wrote that email last week, don't listen to these fucking twats, all right? You're out there, you're busting your goddamn ass. You have to sit down and you have to explain to your wife or your girlfriend or whatever the fuck she is what it takes to become successful. Because I'm telling you, you understand what it is. You're doing what everybody else did in their 20s. All those people out there, the broads with the tramp stamps and the guys with the tribal band tattoo who are out there doing keg stands and fucking everything that moves, doing their best to catch herpes every fucking weekend. Those people, they wonder what happens. When they get to their 30s and their 40s, they wonder what the fuck happened. And they're looking at you like you're a shithead. Now the payoff is usually when you become successful, you end up renting a Corvette at 41. Having sort of a mini midlife crisis. But I'm telling you, I'd rather be me than those other fucking dudes. I really would. So you really need to explain to this woman who looks at you busting your ass as neglect, as being selfish, is just beyond me. It's fucking beyond. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man, is a man is supposed to work and he's supposed to provide for his family. And what you are doing is you are laying the groundwork for you to do that as best as you possibly can. And for someone to say that that is selfish is just fucking beyond me. Okay? Let me ask you this. When you went out that night, how fucking tired were you? How many times did you yawn from working all fucking week? You know what I mean? You know, aren't you allowed to go out and have a good time with your girlfriend with a little bit of shit that she enjoys, a little bit of stuff that you enjoy? Isn't that like a fucking relationship? I mean, am I on my fucking mind here? Anyways, this is really just going to become a woman bashing thing. This really just fucking tapped into this.
Bill, wife left. Bill, so I got a text from my wife a couple weeks ago saying she had taken our dog and her things, left, and we're getting a divorce. Wow. She gave you a text message, you know? That's kind of the way to do it. In a selfish way. You know? Do you know I know somebody who did that? I knew somebody who was in a fucking relationship forever. And I guess they just didn't know how to get out of it. So here's an option for people out there, men and women. And sir, this has nothing to do with you. This just reminded me of this. So this fucking guy, his woman went on a cruise or went on some sort of wine tasting thing or whatever. And he I guess he knew that she was going on this trip. So before she left, he already found another apartment, signed a lease, and all that type of shit. So she leaves. I mean, she was leaving for like 2-3 days. He had another buddy of mine, went over there. They packed up all his shit and fucking moved it out to this new place. And then, you know, he just lived in that place until the day she was coming back. He came back to the apartment. She comes home and immediately sees half the shit is gone. And he just dropped the bomb like that and said, listen, you know, we need to talk. I'm not fucking happy. And when I tell you this fucking woman flipped the fuck out, flipped the fuck out, like went absolutely fucking ballistic. And and I always wanted to ask her why. What was it that made you flip out? Would you have flipped out less? Because she didn't even go into the surprise of what? Oh my God, crying, went immediately to anger. And I think it was because he was already out. And there wasn't going to be any sort of closure / I can torture you and be a total cunt to you. Like, he sidestepped all of that and just made this clean ass fucking break. You know, Dennis Miller, that's the news, and I am out of here. That's what I thought when he did it, and I don't know why I always smile when I think, because that's the thing, you know, if you're going to break up with a woman, you just know. I mean, I never had to break up with a girl I was living with. I can't imagine that fucking hell. And this person, I mean, that's one way to do it. So if you are stuck in a relationship and you don't know how to fucking bring it up, you just don't know how to do it, that's one way to do it. Because when they come home and you're sitting there, but all your shit isn't there, that's the conversation has begun. Fuck. Anyways. So, getting back to this poor bastard. He goes, her rationale was that she always hated me. Oh, my God. Forget the 8 instances of cheating, 3 post-marriage that I tolerated just because is as good of a reason for her to leave as any. Wait a minute. Back up here. Wait a minute, dude. She cheated on you 8 fucking times? 5 times before you got married? I mean, dude, what? Come on, man. You didn't see this coming? All right, I'm going to save judgment here. He said, forget about the 8 instances of cheating, 3 post-marriages that I tolerated. Then he writes in quote, just because is as good of reason for her to leave as any. Here's where you pummel me, but she was at my mom's bedside with my mom and I when my mom died. Okay, I didn't realize... Dude, you didn't write this well. I didn't realize to her that nothing... I didn't realize to her that was nothing but her way in. I didn't realize that to her... I don't know. That she went to that was her way into your life? In my grief, I didn't notice she went full Andy Dufresne, just chipping away at my sense of self so she would fuck around. So when she would fuck around, I thought, well, no person in the world will hang on to me, so this is better than being alone. Fuck it. Oh, dude, come on, man. She and I had been together for 9 years, married 3. My problem is that as a 26-year-old, birthday was yesterday, none of my friends can relate, and my 1,000-yard stare, can relate. And my 1,000-yard stare at the bar just seems to be harsh. Seems to harsh their hipster PBR buzz. Dude, this is the most difficult fucking thing I've ever tried to read. Dude, you're only 26 years old. Get the fuck out of this thing. Go to the gym. Is that your problem? Huh? You got a little dough around the fucking middle? That's it, dude. Read up on nutrition. Get some fucking self-esteem, man. This is ridiculous. This fucking cunt, you know why she hated you? She's probably one of the reasons she hates you is because you're not sticking up for yourself. This fucking... Oh, dude. You know what? I'm not going to yell at you. You've already been through the fucking ringer with this one. I'm sorry you ran into something like this. I'm sorry. I don't know who the fuck your male role model was when you were growing up. Didn't build you up more, but they obviously didn't fucking raise you right, and now you got to do it. Okay? You got to build yourself up, man. You can't fucking have something like this going on. You're like William H. Macy and fucking Boogie Nights. You can eventually fucking shoot her in the driveway, fucking your friend, and then go blow your own brains out. You don't want to be that guy. Fuck this woman. Because I've tried to get back out there with some people I know, but when they tell their stories from college, all I think is, I wonder if John McCain gets this mad when people his age tell stories about Woodstock. All right, now where do we make the leap there? What, they're pussy stories? And you're pissed because you missed out on that? I'm optimistic as, for the most part, my life is much better. My friends think I'm exaggerating because they saw us together, and my response is that people saw Elizabeth Smart out in public too, and she wasn't fine either. What the hell do I do? The last time I was single, texting didn't exist. I couldn't drink legally. I lived with my parents. You got the point 3 examples ago, but I keep typing. I thought maybe as a comic, when you started going on the road and didn't know people everywhere, it may have been a similar vibe. Yeah, dude, like you're starting from ground zero. You're totally beat down. You're 26 years old talking about like you're 50. You know? You're fine. All right? Wait, so you were there for fucking, what did you say, 8 or 9 years? Let's do the math here. Text my wife, blah, 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 blah. 8 instances. Oh, so you were there for 9 years. So you got together with this girl when you were 17. So you were a baby. All right, I get it. And you stayed with this girl and you never cheated on her. She cheated on you. And all those years of college when you should have got your game together, how to talk to women, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, dude, that's you can make up ground real quickly here. You're only 26 years old. You just got to get yourself out there. Now, I mean, I wouldn't suggest just going out to bars. Look, if you want to fuck a woman, go out to a bar. Do that. If you want to meet somebody nice, then I would definitely look elsewhere. Do you have any hobbies? Do you like sports? I would join some sort of fucking... I don't know what the fuck is the word. What's the word when they let guys and women play together? You know, I'd join some shit like that. Take a fucking cooking class. Just something, you know, something where the good girls go to. You know? But, you know, if you just want to go out and get laid, who gives a fuck? What you got to do is you got to get over getting rejected. Just go out to a bar and just talk some shit. You know? Don't go out and get plastered and use that as your fucking courage. Just go out there and just talk some shit. You know? And just go out there and just say, all right, I'm gonna say what's up to 10 different women tonight. All right? Or if that's too overwhelming, make it 5 or 4. All right? No less than 4. All right? All right? With no pressure on the results. Just go out there and just fucking strike up a conversation. See how long you can keep it going. And just, you know, whatever. You're going to be nervous. You're going to give a fuck. But with each one, you're going to give a shit less. And the less you give a fuck, the more relaxed you're going to be, the funnier you're going to be, the more you're going to attract them. It's literally when you give a fuck. When you give a fuck, you're scaring them away. When you care, you know, you'll be fine, all right? But it's you got to grow up and stop embracing this fucking... this depressive shit, because it's also going to make you an angry cunt, and you're going to fucking hate women, and you're going to push your friends away, and you end up being alone. All right? Unfortunately, you wasted 9 years of your life with some cunt, and you got fucking married, okay? But it wasn't a waste, because now you know what you don't want. All right? So that's it. But for the love of God, do not get into another goddamn relationship. You got to make a pact with yourself. You're not going to go from a 9-year 3-year marriage to fucking jumping into something else. You got to stay single and figure out what the fuck you want. You might not want it. You might want to like not even go out to fucking bars for a while. You know? Just go to the gym. Hit it like a fucking madman. You know? And fucking figure out what you're looking for, and then where it should be, and then go in that direction. Do that, all right? Not everybody's going to be the guy who goes out and bangs a fucking 100 women. Who gives a fuck? All right? At the end of it, if you find fucking love and you find the person you're supposed to be with, you won. Okay? So, whatever. There's my fucking 2 cents. Did I say the F word enough?
Oh, here's some letters from people overseas, specifically England. This section's called English Cunts. Hey, Bill, so you thought my last email wasn't good enough for your podcast? I hold no grudges. It's a recession, and you want to keep it all American. Fair play. So let's keep up the theme from your last one and attempt to get a mention. Shameless whoring of myself here. You say baseball jumped the shark. Let me tell you something. Coming from the nation that pretty much invented all major sports except the Olympics, Great Britain. You know, I like to consider myself knowledgeable about sports. Exactly what sports did you create? What sports did you create? Are you going to do the rugby thing and then rugby developed into football? I'll give you that one, that was the spawn of it. But you can't take credit for baseball. What do you say, that's cricket? You guys sit there with that fraternity paddle from some horrific night of hazing. You finally pulled it out of some freshman's ass, and now you're trying to hit a racquetball over to some guy from fucking India? Huh? What other sports have you guys invented? Basketball? You didn't invent that. I don't know what you guys invented, but you sure suck at all of them. You know, when was the last time you guys won a World Cup? You know what? That's a great fucking question. That's what you guys are known for. Soccer, right? And rugby. I like when those douchebags over in England they always try to say that football players are pussies because they wear like helmets and that type of shit. And then you watch a rugby game. Those guys are tough. But those guys would be hitting each other a lot fucking harder if they had pads on and shit, you know? I watched the game. Yeah, it's a bunch of guys fucking sticking their heads up each other's asses as they're kicking at a football. That's definitely, and you know what's funny is I never disrespect rugby. I look at it like that. That's a tough sport, and tough guys play that sport. I don't know why they always pick on football. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Dude, Ray Lewis would fuck up at least 5 of your rugby players by himself without pads. You got nobody in your fucking little pussy-ass English rugby league that looks anything like Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis would destroy him. Jack Lambert. Why don't you bring me your famous fucking rugby guys and show me how those guys are hitting any harder than Lawrence Taylor? You're out of your fucking mind. Out of your fucking minds. Let's look up England. England World Cup victory. I'm going to make a guess, and I'm going to say it's somewhere. It's got to be the 1960s or before. England World Cup victory. The World Cup victory by England, 1966. There you go. I fucking knew it. I knew it was going to be back then, like when the Celtics were winning all their championships, right? Was Brazil not allowed in back then? Fucking padding your stats. I'm just fucking with you guys. I respect your sports, but what do you? Pretty much invented all major sports except the Olympics. Go fuck yourself. You guys didn't invent shit. You had a half-ass idea that we made tremendous. Is there any, you know what I mean? Like the greatest fucking soccer player of all time, is he from England? It's Pele. The Michael Jordan of soccer is not even from England. So why don't you guys dominate something on a world fucking level? What was the last time you guys had an athlete? Because I'll tell you right now, that good-looking son of a bitch for the LA Galaxy is not doing shit, and nobody gives a fuck about him over here. You can walk up and buy a ticket. All right? I went to an LA Galaxy fucking game. I parked right next to the guy. I didn't even recognize him. I asked him which way the fucking stadium was. The only reason why I knew he was on the fucking Galaxy is because he already had his fucking cleats on. All right? He can't wait to go back there. All right. The fuck, Beckham. All right, let me get back to this fucking thing. I think I come from some authority. Oh, yeah, why don't you pat yourself on the back a little more, you English cunt? Here we go. Baseball always fucking sucked. No, it didn't. And I'll tell you why. It's a game suited for America like no other. Hours of time to kill between meaningful play. Meaningful, for some reason, is 2 words. Meaningful. Like, what is the meaning of the word? And I ate too much. I'm full. Meaningful is 1 word, you dumb cunt. Take the last L off the full and smash them together. Jesus, I hope that's right, or I just made an ass out of myself. Between meaningful play, allowing for the required TV advertising and selling of shit, overpriced food, and poor beer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Really? You don't have any advertising there? There's advertising all over there's advertising on the fucking ball in England. You know what? Maybe if you guys scored more than once every fucking 90 minutes, you know what I mean? You could stick some commercials in there. Jesus Christ. The soccer is like hockey without the skates and the scoring and the fighting and everything that makes it great. You ever see like a little sissy get tripped out during recess and he rolls around on the ground and makes such a big fucking deal out of it, you want to beat him with his own books? That's what like watching soccer is like. Every 5 seconds, these guys, they look like if Pau Gasol, if you could have like, whatever, 20 Pau Gasols all in the same fucking field, just bitch and moaning with that crybaby fucking face. That's what soccer is. See what you did, dude? I actually really enjoyed the game, but you're attacking my shit, so now I got to attack yours. Minimal athleticism required. Yeah, dude, really? Hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things you'd ever do. Why don't you fucking brush your teeth and give it a chance at some point? You guys are swinging with that big fucking paddle. Oh, God, all right, let me go. You know, I would never make fun of the bicycle kick and act like that's a simple thing to do. Anyways, and before you come up with this stock, we'd like to see you face a 100-mile-an-hour curve. I just did that. That's hilarious. From insert drugged up goon here and then talk that shit. It's a game, not a sport. Like bowling is a game. No, it isn't. I can see, yeah, bowling's a game. It's just you standing there. If somebody was throwing the bowling ball at your head at 100 miles an hour and it was fucking changing speeds, then that would be a sport. Okay? Or if you just held the ball like T-ball, you just hit it off a stand, then that would just be a game. I don't know. Athletes are people who actually move around for the majority of the sport. Cyclists, rowers, even soccer players cover around 10K per game. Oh, God. Really? Is that why they're all built like women? You know what your athletes look like in fucking England? They look like mannequins at the Gap. You know? I know we're fat over here, but we're more muscular too. You fucking pansies over there with your poor nutrition and your nationwide healthcare plan. Why don't you get some fucking protein in your diets? Your skinny ass fucking arms and your little legs running around, not being able to. You know why you can't use your fucking hands in soccer? Because you fags would break your wrists. All right, that was homophobic. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to say fags. Sorry, I just got worked up. Anyways, let's finish this. The game comes from an old English game of rounders, which was by and large a game of women. What the fuck is he talking about now? You know, I don't even give a shit anymore. While the real me were playing rugby and football. What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you trying to say baseball was made up by a woman? Is that what you're trying to say? You know what I love? Everybody acts like they fucking hate America and they can't stop paying attention to us. I don't listen to any English douchebags podcast. You know? I don't know a fucking thing. All I know, Tony Blair bitched up and fucking sent you guys, you know, got you guys into fucking Iraq too because he didn't have any balls. You know why? Because he plays soccer. Wow, that was really fucking mean. All right.
My girl wears entirely too much makeup. Oh, Billy Firecrotch. I've been dating a girl for 3 years who is fantastic. She's caring, listens to me bitch about work, and is a crazed lunatic in a good way, in the sack. All right, so she's great in bed and she puts up with you. What's to not like? My one problem is that she wears way too much makeup. She watches YouTube videos all the time dealing with ways to put on makeup, but she always looks like she uses too much. Her eyebrows look kind of like Groucho Marx by the end of it. My dilemma is, how do I go about telling her nicely that she should ease up on the makeup? She's very sensitive about her looks. Yeah, I would guess that. But also values my opinion, which is why I'm in a tough spot. I kind of feel like a jerk, too, because if this is my one problem, then I should be able to deal with it, right? The lovely Nia should probably weigh in on this also, if she's not asleep. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. Well, unfortunately, she's not here. Yeah, I would just, I don't know, one time when she's not wearing makeup, just tell her how pretty she looks. And just tell her that you love the way she looks. You know? Just start there. And gradually, you know, build up her fucking confidence. And I don't know how you could ever just say, you know, you wear too much makeup. If you just said it, just... how would you say it? Well, let's get to the truth of the matter. You're obviously attracted to her. You obviously think she's beautiful, but she wears so much makeup. Yeah, if a woman wears too much makeup, they can start looking crazy. Then also, you know, they give you a hug, and it's just like you have, like, the imprint of their face. You know what I mean? Is that called a stigmata? What's the thing when you have fucking Jesus' face on you? Ah, Christ, I always have to look... You know how many times I fucking looked up this word? It's a fucking great song, too. That's stigma. All right, stigmata is a term used... Oh, Jesus Christ, this is all this religious shit. It's a term used by members of the Christian faith to describe body marks, sores, or sensations of pain in locations corresponding to the crucifixion wounds of Jesus Christ, such as hands, wrists, and feet. Oh, give me a fucking break. What the fuck is wrong with people? Jesus is in me and my hands fucking hurt. I mean, can you fucking imagine? Let's just fucking say, okay, for the sake of fucking argument, that Jesus Christ is a real person. And that shit happened to him. For you to fucking sit there and be like, oh, my fucking hands hurt. You know, do you realize how insulting that is? To fucking J-Star there? You know, this guy had fucking nails. Isn't it in his arms? I mean, if you did it to his hands, the weight of his fucking body, they would have ripped off. Didn't they actually do it in the fucking wrists? Between the radius and the ulna? The fucking agony that this person went through, and you're going to fucking sit there, oh yeah, I kind of feel it too. How fucking self-centered are you? All right, so she wears too much makeup. Yeah, I would just say, I would just tell her how pretty she is. you know? And rather than saying you wear too much makeup, I would more phrase it like, you know, you don't have to wear all that makeup. You know? You should show the world your beautiful face. You're covering it up. So I would go in a very positive way. You know? But I would just ease into it. I would just, when she's not wearing makeup, you just keep telling her how pretty she looks. You know what I mean? And then hopefully she'll get past that. Because that's a sad thing if someone's walking around, they don't like how they look. I don't know. People are fucking nuts. I think the internet makes people even more fucking nuts. Just sitting there looking at all these people, all these Instagram people and all this fucking shit. It drives people, you get a little crazy. All right. Can women go to bachelor parties? Oh, God. What? What? Is this going to become a thing? All right. Hey, Billy Blue Balls. I'd like your advice on a disagreement my best friend and I are having. He's getting married next fall, and we are very close. We've been great friends since college, and we are so close that him and his fiancée just asked me to officiate their wedding. The disagreement is about whether I should be able to go to his bachelor party in Vegas. I'm a woman, but because he's my best friend, I think I should be able to go. He wants the bachelor party to be men only, and I understand this to a point, but at the same time, by virtue of how close we are, I think I should be able to go. My friend and I are big fans of your podcast and have agreed that if you read this on air, whatever your advice is, we'll take it. So if you don't think that I, the best female friend, should be going to the bachelor party, we'll agree to it. Love the podcast. Hope you come to Boston soon. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. No, you shouldn't, because I thought this was a guy going to be bitching about his male friend that wanted to bring a woman along, and the first thing I was going to say would be like, I don't agree with that, but at the end of the day, it's this person's bachelor party, it's their wedding, so you just gotta, you know, I would just shut up about it, but I would break his balls for the rest of time. Like, this is my best friend. He had a woman at his bachelor party. No, it wasn't a stripper. So I would give the same advice here. This is not your bachelor party, and this is not a time for you to throw a hissy fit and ruin this thing for him. He has the bachelor party the way he wants. I think it's really cool that you guys are best friends, and that you're going to. I think it's enough of an honor that he's going to let you speak, you know, as his best man. I mean, that's pretty fucking amazing. Officiate, whatever. Oh, you're going to do the vows?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's going to officiate the wedding.
Oh, all right. Yeah, there you go.
That's huge.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So
I was. Do you care what I think?
Only if you agree with me.
I agree with you.
And that's why this relationship works.
I totally agree with you.
Okay. My wife.
I can understand why she'd want to go, because it's like, hey, I'm your friend, I want to go, but like.
Yeah, just say what you say. Don't stir her fucking brain up again. All right, you shouldn't go.
Yes. Respect your best friend's wishes and not go, because he's gonna want to do some shit. And
hey, Leah, you don't get extra
you,
credit. You don't get extra credit for saying what you already said. All right. Every once in a while, to me, and I kiss you. All right. I actually went out tonight and I saw the great Tommy Tiernan at this place called the Gilded Balloon, and he's an absolute legend in Ireland. Irish guy, absolute legend there, all through Ireland, all through fucking Great Britain, and into Europe, and it was great, man. It was fun to be an audience member, just sitting there watching an absolute master up there, storyteller and all that stuff, man. It was so cool. And I just got to hang out and enjoy. But you know what fucking sucks? The number one fucking thing that I cannot stand about going to a live, to anything where you got to have these rows of chairs. I just got this perfect seat in the back, right? No problem. There's like one row behind me. I deliberately sat in the back, you know, because I want to get the whole thing. I want to watch him do his thing. I want to see the crowd react. I want to see, you know, I just want to take the whole thing in, right? And I'm sitting there, and this right before the fucking show starts. Just like every time you go to a movie, like, oh, thank God, no one around is talking, right? And then the fucking loud cunt comes walking in right before the lights go down to show the coming attractions, right? The same thing happened at Tommy's show. Everything was great. I'm chilling out.
And then I never really got a good look at this guy, but this guy just sounded like the biggest mouth-breathing moron ever. He sounded like his diet was horrible. They just drank and boozed. He was like having problems just breathing. And then when he laughed, you could just tell he was dumb. He just sitting there going like, then he go, the whole fucking time. And then if he would inhale like too much like that, then he would cough, and I would feel the wind on the back of my neck like every third or fourth cough. So now I am totally like leaned forward because, it's Tommy's show. It's fucking sold out. And I got to lean forward like I don't know what, like I'm playing catcher or some shit. And then I got to kind of look up. So my neck is fucking killing me. I can't lean back. And the guy, it took every skill that I have of blocking people out, which my skills are terrible, to try to make this guy not ruin the show. Fortunately, Tommy was so fucking funny, I was still able to enjoy it. But the guy behind me was so annoying me that even when he would laugh, because he had such a dumb laugh, I'm like, this, you didn't fucking get what Tommy was saying there. He's too fucking brilliant for it. He's sitting there going, that for a fucking hour. It was like a Mel Blanc voice. Which way did it go? That's what it reminded me of. Is this still fucking recording, or did it turn off?
Hey, is this bad? I was watching last night when I was ignoring my wife being a fucking child myself. And they were interviewing these homeless people who have like no place to go and all of that type of stuff. And they were just saying, we sit here and we see people shopping for Christmas. And, I'm thinking like, I wish I had a family. I wish I had somewhere to go. And it was making me feel bad. But, I just wish one time they just interviewed just the lazy homeless person who was just like, I just never liked having a job. And one thing came to another, and I ended up out here, and, kind of sucks in the winter, but overall it's not bad. For as much as I wear the same pants every fucking day, I can take a nap whenever I want to. I don't have anybody telling me what to do, right? I'm eating, drinking, I'm fucking hanging out, just sort of existing. It's still gotta suck. I think it'd be better to be homeless out in the woods. At least you're enjoying nature, right? If I was fucking homeless, I'd be homeless down near like a ballpark. Now, where can you take a shower? The big thing is you got to take a shower. What'd be awesome is if you knew someplace where you could shower and a place where you could steal new clothes every 4 to 5 days. And then you could just sort of walk around and just not have a fucking job. Sleep outside. You get used to it after a while. I mean, when you really think about it, as much as they're homeless, aren't they just sort of cavemen? In the modern day, I mean, we fucking slept outside back in the day. Native Americans slept in teepees. You had a little bit of shelter. You can't tell me like a box isn't in the same family tree as far as shelter. It's lower than a teepee or a fucking cave. Like when they do the coaches like tree, like I was telling you, where Paul Brown in his coaching tree was Don Shula, Bill Walsh, Chuck Knoll, Bud Grant. Like say like the cave, you got the cave. And the family tree off of that's got to be the fucking teepee, the wigwam, the cardboard box, refrigerator with no door on it, right? That'd be an interesting series, The Upside of Being Homeless. I think it's even better if you're like just, if you're sort of a booze hound, I don't mean like just like killing yourself. I just mean like shit-faced. Like every day you drink like you're going to a game and you just get fucking hammered, right? And you're just sort of hanging out on the street. I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to, this podcast started out so negative. I figure I'd take something negative and maybe put a little sunshine on it. Like I tell you, who's crushing it? People who are homeless in Santa Monica. You're literally homeless where people vacation, or like Marina Del Rey. Just walking around looking for a boat nobody's been on in a minute, right? You curl up on the deck, just laying there. Arr, matey. All right, maybe it does suck. I think it would just get exhausting after a while because I've locked myself out of the house, a couple of times. More times than I would like to admit. And I got to tell you, just sitting around outside is, it's fucking exhausting. It's probably why cavemen were never fat. A lot of people think it's because they didn't eat as much, but it was just that exhausting, the stress of not having a door that you could just fucking close and lock.
and know that nothing was going to come along and eat you. I think that's stress alone. Did I just invent a new diet? Hi, everybody. This is Bill Burr. I have a new diet for you. It's called the remove your front door and go to sleep at night diet. You'll wake up every 8 seconds, and the stress of it, there's got to be something in there. You throw in yogurt and just say probiotic, you know? You ever wonder why our ancestors were in such great shape? It's because they were in fear for their lives 24/7. Even when they were sleeping, their metabolism was still going because at any second they realized that they might have to outrun a wildebeest. Right? If we could just somehow get back to that. 3 days a week, if you just removed your front door and went and fell asleep on the couch closest to the front door. You know what that reminds me of? I remember one time I met this shady chick on the road, and we fucking hooked up, and it seemed everything was cool at first, and then like she started telling her story. You know, you start steering the conversation towards sex, you know what I mean? Just, you know, shit you do in your 20s, you don't have any game. And she started telling me how oh God, going back so far. When you talk to a woman, right? You start talking to them about sex, okay? And they're open to it. And you ever had that experience where you're like, oh yeah, here we go. It's all set. It's all set. It's all set. And then it just passes that tipping point to be like, all right, well, you know, I got, you know, obviously going to wear a condom. It's not that bad. All the way to the point of like, holy fuck. All right. You know what? Forget it. Forget it. You know, this was a bad idea. That's what happened with this person. Was open and was discussing things. And I don't know how we went from, hey, I think you're kind of cute, you want to hang out, to her telling me that she hosted a sex party. And I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? She goes, I hosted a sex party. And she said, I said, what's a sex party? And she goes, well, you know, you rent out all the rooms on the same hotel floor, and then everybody just leaves their doors open, and people just walk around going in and out of each room, and you just fuck whoever's in there. So at that point, I decided that, all right, I don't know if I have the level of protection. I don't know if they make a condom for that. So, we did things that there was no way that you could catch anything is basically it. And then I didn't know how to get her out of there. So we fucking fell asleep. And this is when I was really introverted and didn't know how to say what the fuck I was thinking. I remember she was sleeping on the right side of the bed, and it just so happened my watch was on that side nightstand, and I was on the other side of the bed. And I swear to God, I woke up like 58 times that night. Just kept getting up, looking, seeing her there, and making sure the watch was there. Rather than just being like, listen, can you just get the fuck out? I wouldn't say get the fuck out of here. But, you know, I bet I lost a lot of weight that night.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr. It's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, July 4th, 2016. How's it going? Happy birthday to the United States of America. Happy birthday to the United States of America. Happy birthday, United States of America and the North American continent. Happy birthday to you. What's going on? And thank you for the well wishes of happy birthday from all the other countries around the world that realize we are the best. Huh? You think you got fat people? Huh? Take a look at that. Beat that, motherfuckers. What else you think you can beat us in? Huh? What do you want? What do you want to have? What kind of fucking battle you want? All you cunts around the world, you stole our jeans. All those cool American jeans, you guys would defect from your country just to get over here to get a pair of button fly fucking 501 blues. Remember that shit? All of a sudden, you know, couple of fucking wars and everybody forgets how much you loved our jeans. That's, you know what? That's just typical. That is just fucking typical. You know, fucking England coming over here, stealing, re-fucking cycling our fucking music, walking around like they're doing something. Redoing the fucking music from the people that we didn't accept. fuck are you guys doing? Anyways, I'm having a great 3-day fucking weekend. I'm not doing shit. I'm back in the workout mode, so the needle is pointed in the right direction. Old Freckles is going down. Fucking looked in the mirror last night, and I could tell I was starting to lose weight. Made me feel good. You know what I mean? It's a fucking tough thing being a redhead. You know, there's a really small window that you have to exist in, or else the beatings start again. And it's really something you can't understand. All right, I'm all over the fucking place. I got a bunch of shit I have to do. I'm having some family over today for a fucking cookout. I'm going easy this year. Rather than trying to smoke something and blah, 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 and do all that shit, I'm just fucking going burgers and dogs. Burgers and dogs, the way it used to be, before the fucking Food Network showed up and everybody's got to be like a top chef. You know? Remember when you were growing up? That's what it was. It was burgers and dogs, and everybody was fucking happy, right? Until the booze started going around. Then, yeah, it got a little sideways, but I mean, it happens. So yesterday, had some friends over. We had some cigars, right? And you know the deal. It's like, all right, your buddies are coming over. Your wife's going to be like, how long are they going to be here? Even if they're cool. Like, my wife's cool, but there's always going to be an element of, how long are they going to be here? They're going to be loud? Are they going to be upstairs and downstairs? It's like, yeah, I'm having people over. Do I do that when you have a little twat party? Do I? If you have them over for your fucking wines and you're all sitting there laughing with your high-pitched fucking voices, you don't think that that's putting cracks in the walls? I don't fucking bitch about it. I go down to the old fucking hardware store. I get out the spackle, right? And with every little cackle, right? Another fucking line in the wall. You don't hear me complaining. Got my putty knife out. Oh, you have a good time, ladies, right? Anyways, so we were hanging out. It was actually fucking hilarious because I'd gone out and I bought, got some Cuban cigars. Oh, what a fuckhead. I cleaned everything up, right? The thing, what you want to do, this is what I've realized when you're living with a woman. What you want to do is you just go all out, right? I clean the fucking place up, okay? I even like the deck on the back, like I fucking hosed it off so there wouldn't be traipsing dirt in and out of the house or whatever, right? And she's sitting there going like, wow, you're really going all out. Yeah, there's a reason. Sam Kiddison, there's a fucking reason. There's a fucking reason why. Because what you want to do is what you're doing is you just put yourself into a position where you did absolutely nothing wrong. So when they complain, because they're still going to complain, you got all of this fucking ammo, right? I cleaned this whole fucking place up, right? Cleaned out the back porch, down the backyard, the whole fucking thing, cleaned it up. And we're having family over here today, which was another great one to be like, well, I'm also doing it for your family, right? So I'm doing all of this shit. I got the booze. I got the fucking the outdoor patio furniture. I got everything all cleaned up. I got an ashtray upstairs. I got one downstairs. I got the backyard lights on. I got the whole fucking thing. I got the music. I got the whole thing. And then at like 6 o'clock at night, I realized I didn't get cigars. I bought cigars, but I don't have a humidor, and I said I was going to pick them up, and I had this fucking panic attack because it was Sunday before the 4th that they were going to close, and it was 6 excruciating rings before they picked up, and I was able to run down there and get them, right? And they showed up. I ordered some pizzas and all that fucking shit. And here's the best part, right? Here is the best part. My wife went to sleep, right? We're smoking, we're telling fucking stories. I got all these orange sodas for myself, right? And it turns out everybody there wanted one because it had the real sugar and it went great with the cigar. I'm telling you, Cuban cigar and the Fanta orange soda is the shit, right? They drank all my orange soda, so I had to drink grape soda like a fucking 6-year-old, right? So, anyways, the end of the night, you know what I did? I fucking cleaned up everything. You wouldn't even fucking know. You wouldn't know a goddamn, you wouldn't know that a fucking soul was here. And that's what you do.
All these fucking married guys who sit there, hey, you know, it's not fucking worth it. It is fucking worth it. You just have to do it perfectly, right? You go all out, you clean up the fucking place. They come over. You have a great fucking time. When you leave, you fucking clean the whole place up again. What can she say? What is she going to say to you? You're not allowed to have friends? Little things like that. Because I've had buddies of mine coming over here like going, dude, you fucking, what are you doing? You did all that and you fucking wash the dishes? There's a genius behind what I do. I'm talking shit here. I'm drinking throat coat tea and I'm talking shit. What can they fucking say? Then what it is if you do everything perfectly, then they're leaving themselves totally exposed if they start complaining. That all they basically can complain about at that point is that you have friends and you invited them over to the house. All right? And they know they don't have a fucking leg to stand on, so the bitching goes down by like 90%. Now, if you have your fucking friends over and you leave the fucking ashtray out and there's footprints all over the fucking place, they can make it about that. When the real thing is they don't want you to have friends, right? But they can hide behind the other shit. But the real thing is they don't want you to have friends. And they want to slowly kill you so that they can, have the house to themselves. And if you, go to the obituaries, there's a bunch of guys dropping around 58, 59, 60, and that's what happened. What really happened was they had friends over and they didn't clean up, which gave their wives the window to bitch them into an early grave. And now they're sitting there in the fucking house having a hell of a time, right? Getting to play the victim, getting all the sympathy cards, and eating all the pound cake. And that's a fact. Coming with the truth here on the 4th of July. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, so afterwards, right? So we're drinking sodas. I'm stone sober, right? And everybody leaves except for one of my other buddies. And he wasn't in AA, right? The older you get, the more your friends just fucking, they quit. You know what I mean? They just fucking quit. It's like being a lifer in the military. Everybody doesn't sign back up. All of a sudden, you're the old guy. Fucking walking around. Where the fuck all my friends go? Right? Walking around all sad with your fucking Smokey the Bear hat. I didn't hear you. So he still drinks. So they leave. So I get out the giant fucking ice cubes. I pour a couple of Johnny Blues out of fucking blue. Right? And, he has to drive. So he's doing the little sippy cup shit. And I live here. So I'm doing the home pours. Right? 1001, 1002, 1003 seat, right? One of those pours. So I have a couple, 2, 3 of those. I'm feeling good. And, but I'm not, I cleaned the whole fucking, dude, when I cleaned all the leftover pizza, I wrapped each slice individually in foil, and then I put a letter on it. P for pepperoni, S for sausage, M for fucking margarita. Took the pizza boxes out, put them in the recycle bin. Took out the fucking chemicals. Fucking sprayed down the counters. You wouldn't fucking... That goddamn forensic team of forensic cunts with their fucking dusters would come in, would have no fucking idea anything happened, right?
Thank you for all the tweets, by the way. The fellow supercar lovers out there that enjoyed those clips that I sent you of those fucking insane cars that those Saudi Arabian kids in their 20s fly over into London. Watching those kids zipping around in those cars made me go on YouTube, and I was watching a ton of clips of, those cars versus each other, all these tests, test drives and reviews and all of that. I got to tell you something, man. There's a lot of fucking jerk-offs out there that have these fucking cars. There was this one kid, it's just like, you would think that this guy was into like some Comic-Con shit. And he's just like, what's up, YouTube? They always have that. Is there anything worse when you just want to find the clip and then you get sucked into somebody's fucking stupid TV show on YouTube? Okay, guys, so here's the deal. This guy has a Lamborghini. It's like, I know, you fucking cunt. I don't need you to tell me about it. Somebody told me about it, which is why I'm on here looking for this shit. I'm sorry I'm not yelling the way I usually do. That just the people next door have a little kid, so I'm trying not to scream too loud here.
That's my number one fucking thing I cannot stand. Everything else about YouTube I fucking love. You know, but I hate how they have that. Like, it'll be like whatever you want to fucking watch. Like, whatever the latest thing. What's the latest thing that happened? I'll say that swimmer there, right? The bonghead guy, right? With the fucking, the 20-foot body there, right? He was giving that guy the death stare. I saw a clip. It's like so-and-so gives so-and-so the fucking death stare. So, what do you think I want to watch? I want to see this guy give the guy the death stare. And every fucking thing I hit on YouTube, and it's just, what's up, YouTube? Okay, so as we all know, the swimmers, and they like act out swimming, and they're trying to be all like fucking interesting and stepping towards the camera and coming back. It's just like, you fucking monobrowed cunt. Just show me the fucking clip, you know? And then what the worst thing is once the clip's out there, then every cunt out there then has to do some fucking remix of it. And they think it's going to be fucking hilarious. And some of them are, but 90% of them stink. You know? I don't know. Did you guys see, you ever see the remix of the Tourette syndrome guy who totally didn't have Tourette's? He was just acting, but he was still funny. Somebody sent me that one on Facebook. That one was funny. I'll say that I enjoyed that one. Sorry if I'm a little fucking curmudgeon here, man. I'm fucking, this weather's really, it's really getting to me.
What's going on in the world of nothing? We have another controversy, everybody. What is it? What is it? Is it that the oceans are fished out? Is it that our food supply is slowly being turned into poison? Is it that there's maybe like, 3 fucking banks left? Is that what it is? No, it isn't. Some fucking guy who plays Captain America and another guy who plays fucking Electric Man, or whatever the hell they play. I don't watch these fucking movies. These superhero movies. They were asked to describe some character, the Black Widow, and they jokingly said, she's a slut, she's a whore, right? And everybody's all fucking up in arms about it, and they have to apologize. Nobody has to apologize for fucking drilling for oil and actually accidentally ruining the fucking water supply. They don't even have to answer questions during the town meetings. They just send somebody down there to stare at the person who's now fucking glowing green because they had the nerve to take a shower in their own fucking house. There's no apology coming from there. But these guys here who walk around in fucking underoos and make some stupid-ass joke, right? At the end of a press conference. Listen to these fucking morons. Somebody wrote, well, it's nice of Chris Evans and Jeremy Renner to let us know they're super gross. Oh, can you imagine driving cross country with somebody who says super gross? And misogynistic. Way to go, bros. Another one. Oh, dear. Now that Jeremy Renner and Chris Evans are making tasteless jokes. Now Jeremy Renner and Chris Evans are making tasteless jokes about the only woman in the franchise. Chris Evans and Jeremy Renner, recent comments on the Black Widow were beyond disturbing and misogynistic. Unreal. So then they both had to issue apologies. The guys who walk around in underoos, right? And eat fucking proteins and salads so they can tuck their guts into these fucking tight suits, have to issue an apology about making fun of a fictitious woman. Yesterday they were asked about the rumors, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Here's the apologies.
Yesterday we were asked about the rumors that Black Widow wanted to be in a relationship with both
Hawkeye and Captain America. Can you believe this is an actual apology? As the actor who portrays Hawkeye, I'd like to apologize to the character Black Widow for suggesting she was a whore. You know what I mean? You know what I love? I love that they're acting like there are no whores. That word exists for a reason. You know? There's whores. I'm in Louisiana, fucking New Orleans. I'll show you a whole fucking street of them. Does that make me misogynistic? This is the dumbest. Anyways, I liked Renner's apology. He goes, I'm sorry for that tasteless joke about a fictional character. I'm sorry that this tasteless joke about a fictional character offended anyone. Can you read between the lines? You fucking morons. That's what I feel like he's saying. It was not to be serious in any way, just poking fun during an exhausting and tedious press tour. These guys were asked the same 5 questions for like 9 hours in a row, and then they called a woman who doesn't exist a fucking a fucking whore and a slut, and now they have to apologize. As real people, they have to apologize to real women about the fictitious woman that they labeled as a whore.
You know what I mean? You know what's funny is that if there was actually a real woman walking around doing half the I don't even know what Black Widow does. But let's just, if they live up to the photo, what does a Black Widow spider do, right? It fucking bangs a guy, gets his juices in him, and then fucking kills him. You know what I mean? You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like that movie Monster, right? And what has she got an Oscar for that? I want to see that. I want to see a guy who plays a gigolo and goes around and murders fucking hard-up housewives. I want to hear that be called a fucking brave performance. It was so brave. He didn't wear any aftershave during that performance. Have you ever seen that movie? That movie's one of the funniest fucking movies ever. They literally turn her into a victim. You know what I mean? And in the end, like this love story, she's sitting there crying, and I'm supposed to, cry with her because she didn't find love? This murderous sociopath? But she wasn't wearing makeup, and she was killing men. So evidently, that's a wonderful thing. Anyways, finally somebody rational, this woman wrote, if you're offended by that joke that Renner and Evans made about a fictional character, please reevaluate your life and relax. Exactly. Someone else wrote, Renner did not sound sincere at all. Does he really owe you an apology? Huh? Are you a superhero? Being a superhero and a female has always been difficult for me. First of all, I possess no superpowers to speak of, and I don't know if there's a second, but if it is, I'm sure it's harder than whatever guys go through. Can someone apologize to me, please? Anyways, who gives a shit? I mean, come on, they're actors. They're all whores, right? Do you think anyone want to walk around in those fucking suits? You fucking package all fucking, snuggled up there? I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I'm waiting for them to somehow then do something on white males. I actually read one thing was saying, look, sure, they were both joking, but considering they're white males, and then it just becomes, let's take the thing that we know is a joke and now take it seriously. Which is going to bring up, I'm sure, the whole argument that if a guy sleeps around, he's called a stud. If a woman sleeps around, she's called a whore. And that totally makes sense to me. And I'm allowed to have this opinion without you fucking having your hair fucking curlers go flying across the goddamn room. All right? Fucking relax. My opinion does not affect anything. All right? I go along with that because there's no skill level involved in a woman getting laid. Is there? I'm not saying you can fuck anybody you want, but you can go out and get laid. I don't think it's that goddamn difficult, unless, I don't know what your deal is. Unless you're so annoying you would have to be. Guys will fuck anything. Why is that? I don't know why. But all I know is as a guy to get laid is a fucking skill. You got to learn how to do it. You got to have you got to have a good 1,000 at-bats under your fucking belt just to at that point, if you're lucky, you're hitting about $140. And if you look like Ron Howard like I did, I mean, you've already been sent down to AAA. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's unfucking believable. What a fucking waste. I mean, I'm wasting time on the podcast talking about this. This has become like an every week thing. Like, I don't understand who the fuck they're even apologizing to. The people that comment. That's just ridiculous. You know what? I'm never going to see another one of his movies until the next person offends me, and then I'll forget what they said, and then I'll go see their movies anyways. I have a bone to pick with my wife. I subscribe to Rolling Stone magazine, okay? And this sounds like I'm just telling a story while actually making money off those cunts. I'm not. So, the magazine comes today, and it's that fucking guy who does the talk show who fucking drives around with Adele and he sings songs and shit. You know what I mean? It's very like musical theater, like a slumber party can break out at any second, okay? So he's on the cover. Essentially looks like he's not wearing any clothes. He's laying stomach down, holding like a little sock teddy bear. You know what I mean? You know, that today's male. How we went from Lee Marvin to that, I don't know what the fuck happened, right? So there's that dude, and I'm fucking cracking up going like, how hard is this guy working his female audience? Jesus Christ. It should have just been like a bubble over his head going, oh my God, you guys, right? He's fucking eating some pudding. So anyways, I'm just sitting there laughing, and Nia's cracking up too. Yeah, I don't give a shit if that's how he wants to live his life. God bless him. You know what I mean? But it's fucking hilarious. Maybe that was the purpose. Okay, but anyways, so somehow we talk about it, and she said, well, last week, Jared Leto was shirtless on the cover. And I'm going, really? Really? I don't remember seeing that fucking issue. She fucking swiped it. I'm really talking shit here. I'm going to have to bring her in for this. I was like, well, what'd you do with it after she goes, well, I just read the article. I was like, I bet you did. You fucking animal. So there you go. So my wife is, I think, mentally cheating on me with fucking Jared Leto. And you know what? Can you get mad, though? I mean, that would be really hypocritical of me because, if I see a girl with a fat ass and some titties coming down the street, I'm going to literally almost break my neck turning around to look at her right in front of Nia. And I always say, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to sit here and be like all these other guys and fucking, out of the corner of my eye, like literally like strain my fucking whatever, the ACL of your eye, whatever the fuck that's called, your little eye tendon, looking at, I've been telling for years. If you see a good-looking guy, just look at him. I know what I look like. I know where I am in the scale of 1 to 10. I'm in the middle of the pack, right? Lance is up front. I'm fucking in the back, with all those other fucking people, in the pendulum, whatever the fuck they call it. I don't understand those people. They really got to be sitting in the middle of the pack going, why are we doing this to ourselves again? Why are our legs like 15 sizes the size of our arms? People who ride on bicycles for a living, it's fucking unbelievable. Like their legs look like Wile E. Coyote when he took that Acme shit. He drank those pills. It's one of my favorite ones where he runs really fast and it's just the flames going down the fucking road. That was the shit, but like it did nothing for his upper body. That's what the guys in the Tour de France look like. Their arms look like little 7th grade arms. Like, everybody in my grade's taller than me, Mom. That's what their arms look like. But their legs, they look like Earl Campbell. I don't know. What am I talking about here? Anyways, yeah, I was saying, so it's like, I don't mind that you went and fucking, fucking curled up with your little Jared Leto modal fucking magazine cover. But, you don't got to sneak around. You can say, like, hey, Bill, this guy is way better looking than you, so I'm going to go downstairs privately and look at this. I get it. It's healthy. Every once in a while, right? Anyways, here we go. All right, Bill, my girlfriend is addicted to sex. All right, collectively, every guy listening to this. Aww. Hey, Bill. Just wanted to let you know if you had any advice related to my relationship with my girlfriend. As you probably read in the subject of this message, there doesn't seem to be a downside to the situation, but there is since she can't control herself. Recently, my girlfriend visited me from California for a month, and every day we banged on the kitchen floor, shower, bedroom, backyard, etc. Up until the last day, it was great until we got into an argument. She kept trying to walk away and break up with me without a real reason until she told me why. Apparently, my girlfriend can't wait more than 8 months without sex. And after 8 months, she doesn't care who she gets it from. This worried me and pissed me off at the same time. We ended up staying together, but I won't see her for a good while. No idea when. Now my worry is that she will cheat on me with other people during the time we are apart. And by the way, I live in Texas. I would love some advice from my favorite comedian. I would trust your instincts here. Yeah, listen, you can't get mad at her for the fact she told you what her deal is, okay? She needs it. She needs it all the fucking time. She lives in California. You live in Texas. She actually was doing you a fucking favor by trying to break up with you because she doesn't want to cheat on you. And I don't know if this is just naturally how she's wired. I don't know if it's an issue. I don't know what the fucking deal is, but all I know is the way she is, and she lives in California and you live in Texas and you don't know when you're going to see her again, yeah, you got to let this one go. All right? You don't need that. Anytime, you're with somebody, you're trying to have a serious fucking relationship and, you can't be away from them for a certain amount of time or they're going to fuck somebody else. I mean, I don't think man or woman fantasizes as that for any sort of significant, serious, or lifetime partner. So I would, hey, you know what? You had a good time with her, and I'd let her go. She's out in California. Let her go do whatever the fuck she's going to do, and I would try to find someone that's a little more wired like yourself and see if that works. All right?
You know what one of the worst fucking things ever is to be a beautiful woman, and you're with a really successful guy, and you just go around to parties and then you just stand next to the guy going, is he going to introduce me? Is he going to introduce me? You get one time to say, hi, and then you just stand there. The other night I did a gig and there was a scene afterwards and there was all these fucking, rich people with their beautiful wives. And I don't know. I just started watching the wives after a while. I don't know. Why don't they peel off and talk to each other? It's sort of a weird thing where they just got to stand there smiling. You can see their face hurting. Their feet hurt from the fucking pumps. It's fucking brutal. If you're a beautiful woman, what you should do, you got to marry like a fucking six who just can't believe that he's with you because he'll let you go out and wear some fucking flatties, some moccasins. You don't have to jack it up in the air and stand there smiling next to him like one of those fucking psychos on The Price is Right, waiting to fucking act like they're amazed about a washer and a dryer. You got to stand next to your fucking guy who's wearing a sport coat trying to cover up his fucking man tits, and you got to sit there smiling like you're happy. Putting your fucking makeup on like some clown that's about to be shot out of a fucking cannon. You don't need that shit. What are you doing? They got to start. Well, I tell you, these fucking good-looking women that marry these really successful guys and then just stand next to them smiling, for the whole fucking evening. Like a stewardess at the end of a flight, except it takes 4 hours for everybody to get off the plane. Goodbye. Thank you for flying. Hi. You know whose fault that is? It's their fault. It's their goddamn fault for getting yourself into that fucking position. At some point in the relationship, you got to say, listen, hey, Mark, sit down. We got to talk. Guess what? Fucking Susie ain't putting on the shoes tonight. All right? Deal with it. I'm not standing next to you. You want to go to a fucking brunch and stand next to me smiling with some aftershave on for fucking 4 hours? I didn't think you did. Shut up. I'm not finished. At some point, you got to have that conversation, I'm not trying to be mean here. This is supposed to be empowering. I'm saying you have the power to not just fucking stand there smiling like a goddamn... I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know if I saw that or I watched an episode of House of Cards. House of Cards, I lasted like 3 episodes. I just got sick of him fucking turning to me, talking to me. It's like, dude, will you just live your life? Stop talking to me. That right there is the Secretary of State. He doesn't know that I'm fucking his wife. Oh, shut up. I get it. Just stop talking. What is this, the Wonder Years? For adults? Oh, God, I'm in a grumpy fucking mood. And I love Kevin Spacey. Why would I say these things? Why would I say these things? Because I'm mentally fucking exhausted. And I got another 8 minutes where I got to run my fucking yap. Running my yap on the Thursday afternoon podcast. Talking about issues. What else? I don't know that I have anything else. I still haven't watched Peaky Blinders because I'm trying not to drink. And there's no way to watch that show and not want to fucking start just pounding. Maybe I'll wait till like the 4th of July. I'll just watch. That's what I'll do. That's a good way to spend the 4th of July. I'll ignore my wife and just get blind drunk watching a show that she can't understand. I put on the subtitles, but Nia's just not into it. She just doesn't give a fuck. We actually had this argument the other night, right? She goes, when we go to bed, right, she puts on the TV and she always has her shows on. And what's fucking hilarious to me is she's always coming at me about my temper and my yelling and flipping out, screaming at lamps and shit, or yelling at the TV or my computer. Ugh.
Me and my computer, if you ever heard the way I yell at my fucking computer, you know, like that couple that just needs to fucking break up? You know, we got in my neighborhood, dude, I'm telling you, like fucking 2 houses up. They've been very good lately, you know? But I'm telling you, there's like times like you're literally like waiting to hear the gunshot. It's like just fucking insane the way they scream at each other. It's the most unhealthy fucking relationship, you know, I've ever heard. And I got to be honest with you, man. You know, sometimes I hear it and I go out on my porch and I just listen. You know, light up a cigar and just enjoy it like it's a show. No, I'm fucking with you. I don't. But anyways, so she's always getting on me about my temper and shit. You know what's fucking hilarious? Almost every fucking show she watches, it's just a bunch of people screaming and yelling at each other. Those reality shows that are just wall-to-wall clams, that's all. I mean, you would think all these feminists out there who are sitting there trashing men up and down, all the bad stuff we do to them, admittedly, you know what I mean? We make you stand next to us and smile for an entire fucking party. You know, oh, I'm sorry, this is my wife. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the person I committed my life to. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not even acknowledge that you were fucking here? They deal with that all fucking night, right? All that bullshit. I know we do that shit, but you would think that these fucking feminists, right? You think that they would have issues with these fucking reality shows because the way they depict women is, I don't give a fuck how many pairs of shoes, how big the fucking house is, how much jewels they got hanging off of them. They're still going to bitch. They're just fucking bitching each other out. She was watching one of these shows, right? And there was just like, I don't know, 15. It seemed like there was 15 or 20 of them. So, you know, there was probably just 3. But that's the amount of noise a fucking woman can make, right? 3 of them will sound like 15. It's like their defense mechanism because generally speaking, they can't beat the shit out of men. But if they just start complaining, it just sounds like a platoon and you back down, right? Instead of giving all 3 of them one of those Mo slaps, you know, when all 3 stooges would get slapped at once. Anyways, one of the episodes I saw, like, you know, like I said, it sounded like 15. So realistically, it was probably like 6 of them, right? They went to like Rome or some shit. And I'm thinking, all right, finally, they got these fucking women out of this cul-de-sac. Now they can be excited to be in Rome. They go to fucking Rome. They do the same goddamn thing. You know, this bitch come up to me, start talking about, it's like, you're in Rome, you dumb fuck. Go look at something. Go eat some food. I know it's just a show, but whatever. She watches that shit, and I'm just laying there. I hate the fucking show. I'm trying to go to sleep, and I just, you know, she just watches these fucking shows where they scream and yell at each other. Now she's watching a fucking show that's about a show that's a show that's like that. It's a show about one of those reality shows, like The Bachelor. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't. What the fuck do I know, right?
I'm out of it. So this is going to be a rough one. And I'm plowing through this. Even if it fucking sucks, I'm not stopping it and re-recording it like I did last week. Because that ended up getting me in trouble. That's how I started talking about that Dr. Laura shit last week. And I got to say, for the first time, maybe the second time ever, I'm nominating myself as douchebag of the week. Because last week I actually supported Dr. Laura because I had no fucking idea who she was. And, you know, I was having a rough time doing the podcast. I needed some fodder. Somebody sent me an email. What do you think about this? And I watched like a 10-second clip of evidently a 5-minute clip. And I just thought she was imitating something she saw in Def Jam. So I was like, well, she's quoting it. She's not calling anybody that word, but and all that bullshit. And then, Jesus, the fucking emails came in from evidently from my 14 podcast listeners. Evidently, like 6 of them are African American. And yeah, they read me the riot act in different stages. And I got to admit, they were fucking right, because you know something? My uninformed logic is usually funny, that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I go off on shit, and I realize that race probably isn't one that you should probably do that on. I didn't know that she was like Rush Limbaugh with a cunt. I had no idea. I just, you know, I didn't know who the fuck she was. Thought she was some soccer mom with a podcast, you know? And she was like, all the crazy kids out there are fucking blah, blah, blah. I had no idea. So, all right, fucking eggs on my face. But anyways, yeah, so I got fucking trashed. I I took a little heat off of Mel Gibson, I bet. But he got a couple of less fucking hate mails last week. So I apologize. I don't know who she is. I'm not going to apologize for my stupidity. But in the future, when it's something, race-related, I will try to be a little more informed. All right? Well, I got to find this fucking email where this guy fucking trashed me. He said, let's see. He goes, it starts off good, just trashing me, which I totally get. He goes, just like in your bit you did about the Jimmy the Greek thing, it's best for white people to just leave it alone. Dr. Laura may be old, but she's aware enough to know what happens to white people when they say the N-word or bring up racial supremacy theories. See, that's the part of the tape I didn't watch. I showed up late to that rally, By the time I showed up, they'd already put the cross out, everybody's hoods, they took them off. It was a hot day. I didn't know what I was walking into. I thought it was like a fucking, AA meeting or something. We're all over by the table having donuts. It's my fault. I came in late. So anyways, he said the podium comes out. So I'm surprised you defended Dr. Laura in this case. That's what I got a lot of. I'm surprised you defended her. Because I watched 8 seconds of the tape because I'm a moron. I don't understand why there's any debate about why any debate about racial inequality always comes down to comedians and Def Comedy Jam. I don't think it does, but evidently in your world, maybe it does. I've heard this argument before. Well, black comedians say this and that about white people and say the N-word. Why can't I? Is it fair for minority comedians? And all basically all that shit. I'm trying to get to this part here. So then he was talking about this documentary he saw where some comic was saying, making a joke. This is actually a good joke where white people are like, why can't I say the N-word? And then the dude was like, oh, it's Chris Rock. Well, why do you even want to say it, right? Great fucking joke. Totally makes sense. And then the punchline is, I've sailed the world. I've fucked Raquel Welch. If I could just say the N-word, my life would be complete. And then this dude writes after that, he goes, I think that it bothers white people because you're not used to being told that you can't do something. White people used to be able to do and say anything they wanted. Now there's all these rules. Isn't that fucking, that part of the email, that's where it just went off the fucking rails for me. You know what I mean? It's like, I totally get it. She's a fucking idiot. I didn't realize it because I watched that short little clip, I shouldn't have support that shit. And you're offended by that, which I totally get. And then in the end, you make some dumb generalization about white people. See, we're all the same. We're fucking morons. Jesus Christ. I've sailed the world. Fuck Raquel Welch. See, that part's the joke. But this here is what he writes. Bothers white people that you're not being used to being told that you can't do something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just run around doing whatever the fuck we want to do. It's great. Jesus Christ. That's one of the great stereotypes, is that we're all Kennedys living on fucking Martha's Vineyard rather than fucking, the majority of white people. Aren't the majority of white people sitting in cubicles, not living their dream, drowning in a sea of fucking debt, trying to get health insurance? Isn't that the majority of fucking white people? Evidently not. Evidently, according to this guy. White people have yachts. Sailing the world. All 300 million of us. Did you see it during that the Gulf War, the Gulf spill there? That was one of the biggest problems. All those white people, all the 300 million white people with our fucking yachts just sailing around. Oh, it's so awesome to be white. You can just walk, you can do and say whatever you want to do. It's fucking incredible. That's an argument I've gotten into with I think every fucking, female comics, black comics, they just go, yeah, it's easy for you. All you got to do is show up, man. Oh, yeah, that's all it is. I don't even audition. I just lay here, and they call me up. And I'm like, why did you give me that part? Because you're white. Here you go. You don't have to work for shit. That's that class. That's that fucking double standard right there. Okay, now we're opening a whole nother can of worms. Let's talk race for the next couple of weeks, people. This ought to bring out a lot of ugliness. That's that classic fucking, that's one of those statements, if you flip that thing, what you just said there, that generalization that you made of white people that basically what? We just sit around and people just give us shit and we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. You're basically going to define us by the Illuminati. If you flip that around and somebody white says that about another race of people, then they're in like a Mel Gibson situation. All right? Now, I'm opening this up for discussion. I'm not opening this up for fucking rednecks to come on here and be like, yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not saying it like that. You know what? I like that this podcast is this difficult. Now you guys can relate to me. You know, you're sitting there in your goddamn cubicles on a fucking Monday. Unless you're white, of course, you're out on your yacht, you know, chatting it up with a Kennedy. Hey, when's the stock market going to crash again? Give me the heads up. Don't tell the Puerto Ricans. That's what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. There's not white people working farms, slaves to corporations. Nah, not at all. Not at all. All you do, you don't have to get up. You don't have to get up. I spent 9 years in bed just because I was white, and they just fucking hilarious. I made more money then than when I worked. That's how great it is to be white. It's so fucking easy. And thank God for people who aren't white, who've never been white, to tell me what it's like to be white. It's fucking awesome. Let me tell you something about being white guy. This is how good it is. Oh, yeah? What are you, reincarnated? Was your name Frank in another life? Is that a white guy name? I don't fucking know. All right. So anyway, so I've pissed off a bunch of people, and this week I felt fucking horrible about that. Even though I've been kind of a cunt again this week. That's what I do. You know, you came back, didn't you? You know, I don't know any better. I'm just a white guy laying in bed. I can't remember the last time I've had disappointment in my life. It just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen, you know. You know, sometimes the sail on my schooner will break, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then I call the government, and I say, hey, can you send me another one? They're like, wait, and what color are you? I say, I'm white. They go, oh, there you go. Right on the way. You know, I agree with the first half of the email, this guy I'm making fun of, but I would love to send this guy my fucking taxes. I really would. All right, so there you go. That was my roundabout apology. No, seriously, I really felt bad about that. I felt like an ignorant ass. And rather than just immediately come on and apologize, I left it up there for the week so I'd get my nice pounding from everybody. And yeah, you know what I mean? I fuck around. I say a lot of fucked up shit, but I'm trying to start your week off right. I'm not trying to piss you off. Although there's probably a lot of women out there who would fucking disagree. But, you know, it's comedy. You know, people get hurt. That's how it fucking works. This is the worst apology ever. But it's coming from the heart. All right, so go fuck yourselves. That's how I got to end it. All right? I grew up with no hugs. So if I'm trying to be fucking nice, it has to end with go fuck yourself. Hey, Billy Dope. Billy the fucking Dope. Can women forget Mr. Nice Guy persona? Hey, I'm really having a difficult reading today. All right, big fan from Lithuania. That's another one on the list that I got to get to. You're a great comedian. It would be great if you ever decided to do your stand-up here in the Baltics. That will happen at some point in my career. Hopefully sooner rather than later. All right, the guy says, I got this dilemma. Can a woman forget your past as a nice guy? One of my former classmates is coming back to my hometown on summer vacation for a few weeks, and let's say I'd like to get intimate with her while she's here. Now, the thing is, when we were still in school, I had a mad crush on this girl for years. However, shit didn't work out because I didn't know how the life works, how the females work, and also I was a little bitch, Mr. Nice Guy. I'd beat my younger self if that was possible. All right, you're doing some good therapy here. But over the years that I've spent in our capital city, I can safely say that my view and attitude towards females and masculinity has changed significantly. What do you think? Can a woman brush off the image of a nice guy, or are you forever marked with the certain character traits in her eyes? Yeah, I think you're kind of fucked. Just put it this way, like, take like
the actor that played like Urkel or something like that. It's like you typecast, you know? And Urkel could literally become an army fucking ranger and then leave the military. And when he went to go do a fucking action movie, they'd be, fucking Urkel, give me a fucking break, right? It just, the problem is what you got to do. Look, you always got to take a bat. What you're going to have to do when you get up there is you're going to have to crowd the plate. No, I'm kidding. I would just be, you're going to have to be significantly different to raise any sort of intrigue in her. You know what I mean? Because she probably just wants to meet up with you, you know, have a couple of ciders or whatever those drinks women have when they know that they're not going to fuck you, you know, one of those fucking, I want to feel warm. You know, they have that stupid sweater that covers their hands too, and they drink it with both hands out of a mug, you know, and it's just fucking over, right? They're like, you know, hitting more on the waiter than they don't even listen to you. You're going to have to, like, I don't know. I don't know what you got to do. Go buy yourself a Raiders of the Lost Ark leather jacket. You got to try to come in and act like you've been fucking doing. So this is the thing. This is what's going to fuck you, is you want this woman too bad. All right? You got to not give a fuck. Don't be a dick, but just go in there and just, hey, what's going on? What have you been up to? You know, and then talk up some of the shit you're doing. You know, I don't know, look at your phone. This broad, she's driving me crazy. I got the ladies all over me. I don't know, dude, I don't know what to tell you on this one. Once you're typecast, it's fucking over, dude. You got to go behind the camera here. You got to start directing or some shit, because I don't know what to tell you. This is what I would do. Just know this. Going into it, you're fucked. All right? So there's no pressure. Who gives a shit? And, I don't know, make her laugh and just tell her, you know, I always had a crush on you, but I used to be a bitch, but I'm not a bitch anymore. So what do you say? What do you say? You come over here and jump on my fucking... No, you can't go that way. But, yeah, I would... Yeah, man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. You know, maybe that's it. Just trash your former self. Yeah, I used to be a bitch, you know. I don't know how to do it, dude. You know what? You stumped me. Somewhere in there. I think the whole not giving a fuck and then trashing your former self and then just telling her that you had a crush on her. Who knows, dude? Maybe, I don't know. There's a chance maybe she liked you back then, or I don't know. Women got that thing though, dude. Once you're the fucking friend, it's over, dude. It's over. You're fucking. Oh, the lovely Nia. Nia, you know we need you. Me and this guy from Lithuania. I'll tell you really quickly. Grab one of those cords. All right, Jesus. All right, as you're plugging in, I'll tell you. This guy basically in Lithuania, he used to be a bitch he used to be Mr. Nice Guy. So he didn't get any of the nice, as Tracy Morgan would say, right? So he whatever. He had a crush on this chick, and she got put in the friend zone, as Chris Rock would say. I'm just going to quote every black comedian here. And you plugged in? There we go. And you're putting the windscreen on. And it's really loud and annoying to the listeners.
Oh, I'm sorry,
there we
everybody.
Go. The lovely Nia, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, so basically, he had a crush on this girl. He was a nice guy. He got put in the friend zone. And now she's coming back to town. He's now lived in the city. He understands the male-female dynamic better.
Okay.
And the way he's wording this, he's been doing all right for himself. But he still wants to bang this woman. His question is, once you're in the friend zone like that, is it possible to get out of it?
Absolutely.
It is? Oh, wow. Okay, because I was going like, I don't know. I was saying you're like typecast. You're like Urkel. And now you want to be the star of an action movie.
You know, but yeah, no, I think you can, but it's all predicated on your behavior. Like, you don't gotta all of a sudden start acting like an aloof jerk or anything like that. So
I told him to buy a Raiders of the Lost Ark waist-length leather jacket. Maybe get a hat. Is that...
and a whip.
Yeah. Is that bad?
I just think maybe you're a little less available, perhaps. You know, it can be a thing where she'll come to town and be like, "Oh my God, let's go here and da da da, and I want to do this and oh yeah, definitely. Well, let me know when you're around. Yeah, maybe we can grab a drink or something. Keep it cash, and don't go in there like, so I've been fucking a lot of broads since you left. Not like that, but just as she's talking about her life, you talk about your life. Yeah, I've been seeing some girls here and there. I don't know, nothing too serious, but I've been having my fun. But anyway, what's going on with you? You look good." Like that. Like
Nia. Bam. That was good.
Oh, were you enjoying that just then, that little interaction?
No, I enjoying the advice.
Yeah, okay.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was I was stammering. I was like, you might have to just fucking. I said, your best thing you got going is you got no shot. So just don't give a fuck and just go in there and just be like.
But I think that's also true too. You have to not give. You can't go into it with expectations of anything.
Yeah, you either fuck or you don't.
I think you just be normal, be a friend like you have been. But I think I have a friend who often gets friend zoned, and I'm always telling him that he needs to make himself less available because he always makes himself available.
What does that do psychologically to women?
Always
when you're less available. Because I have my theory, and I know it'll be considered sexist, so I'll listen to yours
I
instead.
think it's the same with men and women. If you're less available, like the people want you more. I think that's just how life is. People like the hunt. I think men like the hunt a little more. So I think you should.
I never liked the hunt.
Really?
If someone was like a fan, I'd be like, oh, hey, I'd be like, yeah,
you're not a hunter.
I was like,
you're more of a gatherer.
No, I was just more like, I hated when women played hard to get. It was it got so boring so fucking fast. I was just like, I'll just go rub one out. And then I'll go watch a game. And then, something, then you're not worth the fucking trouble.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just always found that because I remember when I would just start to walk away, and then these girls would be like, "No, you're supposed to blah 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 blah." I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I didn't get the script. Am I in like some fucking awful play right now?
Right.
I walked away from a lot. My number could have been so much higher. I should have chased. I didn't chase. I just tapped out. I'd be like, all right, yeah, if you don't want to, I understand. I wouldn't fuck me either.
Oh, honey.
All right. Oh, no, don't say that about yourself. People like you. All right. Last one. Here we go. Dating an older guy. Oh, geez. Hey, Bill, I'm a 22-year-old female from Slovenia. Slovenia? Modal? Thank you for the podcast. It makes me laugh out loud, which not many things can do. That's fucking great. I would love to go over there at some point also. That Eastern European tour is going to fucking happen. I just have to have time in my schedule. Because all of those countries I've never been to. From fucking Lithuania and fucking Astoria, whatever the fucking that other one is up there, all the way down through Romania and back up. All I know is if I can fucking somehow get over and then see all those countries, get a bunch of different stamps on my passport, I'm into that shit. Plus, I heard one of those places like Prague or something has all those Art Deco, all that Art Deco furniture that all the places over here, they order it from for nothing and then jack it up over here. What am I going to do? Buy a desk over there and then ship it fucking around the world? Like I'm going to save any money? That's a stupid idea. Anyways, I'm 22 years old. Oh, okay. I would love to hear your take on my situation. I'm a university student and I play sports professionally here in Slovenia. Keeping busy, working out about 8 times a week. My first coach since I was like 12 years old is now my really close friend. Oh my God. His name isn't Woody, is it? He's since moved on to coach internationally. I almost said couch. Coach internationally, but we still keep in touch. He knows me from when I was a little girl, and he used to always tell me I was like his younger sister. But recently I noticed he switched his approach. Gross! He's a 35-year-old single guy. Oh, my God, the fucking red flags. I can barely see the type here anymore. And he only comes to Slovenia in July through August. We were always able to talk for hours, tell failed attempts at dating to each other, and generally get along better than I have ever got along with anybody in my life so far. He's always made me laugh, compliments my personality and how good I look, but never in a creepy or disturbing way. Okay, all right. My experience with guys my age was never like that.
I'm not trying to say I'm too mature for them, but I would always compare them to him, and they would mostly bore me, and connection was never there as much as it is with him. I feel like boys my age are pushovers, at least those I had experiences with, and I feel they couldn't offer me in a relationship more than this older guy offers me in just a friendship. Yeah, and also when you're 35, this guy's going to be 50. So there's also that. And then you're still going to want to go out, and he's going to be ready for nap time. So know that, too. You know, he's 35. He's almost out of the league. If you're an athlete, you know what I mean? 35, that's when you're going to start taking the illegal drugs, you know, to hang around for an extra couple seasons, right? Anyways, she says, we are hanging out a lot during this summer, and I feel more and more vibes and attempts from him. He takes me out to eat and drink. He is always asking me somewhere. I know he's putting the moves on me. My issue is that I know we are in different stages of our lives. I know he wants to get married and have children too. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. You're 22. You got the whole life ahead of you. When the fuck did he start hitting on you? Yeah, no, this isn't fair. This is like shooting fish in a barrel. You've known him since you were 12. No. Stay away from this guy. This is how I know this guy's a creep, because even I wouldn't do this. Okay? Fucking walk away, sir. Stand down. I most certainly am not ready for anything like that. Children and all that shit she's saying. I like to drink, go out with my friends, getting compliments from guys, all to soothe my self-esteem, which is not fully developed yet. Exactly. I'm still finding myself, and I know you will interpret this as I want to fuck around. No, I don't. But this is not really the case. I actually want to find a right person and fall in love. Well, you're very mature for your age, actually, 22. I'm dodging his attempts and usually laugh him off when he puts the moves on me. Get away from this guy. I don't want to read this. It's making me uncomfortable. Yada, 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 yada. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this shit. Fuck this. She said, sorry if that was hard to read. My English is a little rusty. Your English is tremendous. Yeah, stay away from this guy. All right? I can't even, that was so disturbing to me that I can't even remember if he's still currently your coach. Anyways, I feel more vibes. Wait a minute. Where the fuck is this thing? I got to find it. My first coach since I was 12. He's since moved on to coach internationally, but we still keep in touch. All right. I don't know when the fuck he moved on. But what was he? He's, no. Yeah, fuck that. All right. Listen, this is what you got to hold on to. Okay, the fact that you feel the way that you do and you're 22 years old, there is somebody out there your age that is like you. And if it was easy to go out and find love, everybody would find it. All right? But the problem is you know, you gotta go through a bunch of mistakes first. All right? So, I don't know you, I don't know him, but this is not the person. You're gonna settle down. Don't fucking do this. Don't do it, all right? He's got way too much of a mental advantage on you at 35 and 22, and he could really fucking hurt you. I say you deal with the fact that you find guys your age are not mature, and you're going to run into somebody who is. You sound like you're really good looking, you're into sports, right? You're getting these compliments when you go out, so you probably have like these fucking YOLO douches hitting on you. What you need, you know what you need? You need a nerd. I think you need a nerd. Go find some fucking kid that likes to read, you know? So he probably has an idea to build an app, whatever these fucking kids are doing. That's what you want to do. You don't want to go fuck around with your 35-year-old creepy... I really want to get married and have kids. Oh, do you? Do you? That's why you're hitting on a 22-year-old, you piece of shit? Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, all right? I would... Yeah, stick with people roughly your own age. All right, and that's coming from an older creep like me. So you know it's good advice. Oh, shit. I had the fucking greatest set I've had in fucking months. Saturday night at the Comedy Store in the main room. There was this chunk of material I've been trying to work out. I finally said it in the right way. And then I came home. I was so confident of it. I played it for my wife, and even she laughed. And that's the deal. When you try something new, This is the litmus test, and I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Litmus? Modal? Right? My fucking test is I then play it for the lovely Nia. And if she fucking laughs, you can make your fucking wife get behind the new shit that you're doing, then you know you're onto something, you know, because in general, what they do when they first meet you, they're like, oh my God, you're amazing. And they just fucking pump you up, right? So you start going like, wow, she's really cool, man, right? And then once they get you, once you're fucking in the relationship, once you give them the ring and you get married, then they fucking just grab the reins and start yanking back. Whoa, Nelly, whoa! Right? They start yanking the fuck back, not because they're jerks. It's just out of fear. He's going to do something new. He's going to find something new. He's going to find somebody new. That's what they do. Unlike guys. Everybody knows that men are totally secure with who they are. I'm just doing this right now for any guy who's listening to this podcast next to a woman, just to listen to her going, oh my God, how can you listen to this guy? He's such an idiot. Let me tell you something, lady. All right? And don't look at him right now because he's not saying this. I'm talking to you, sweetheart in the background, shaking your fucking head at your man who's going to die before you. Let him have his laughs. Okay? What you feel right fucking now is what a man feels when he comes home and you're watching those Botox squawking fucking whores. Okay? Doing the recap of their fucking season with that Andy Cohen or whatever his name is. That fucking genius. He's like the gay Byron Allen. You know, where they just found a show where there was no show. Everybody was like, there's no show here. And the genius of that guy to be like, yes, there is. It's not enough that you got a bunch of screaming whores yelling at each other that someone's going to sit down and watch it every fucking night. The fact that he then does the recap and just sits there. You don't have to write anything new. They do it for you. He just sits there and effortlessly hosts the show. He's a master. He just sits there and he has this fucking set list like a comic, but all it is to get these women yelling at each other. And he just watch the brilliance of that man. He just fucking sits there. And if it's fucking simmering, he turns up the heat, you know? You know, in episode 4, Kathy, she said she had some choice words in the moment. That's all he has to say. Oh my God, when she called me a fucking cunt. And then she goes, and he just fucking lays back like Ali, right? And when he was fighting George Foreman, he just lets these women start fucking punching each other out and they run off set and he sits there. And this is the brilliance of this man, is he sits there and he actually has a look on his face like he truly gives a fuck. Like he actually gives a shit about these people. He's just sitting here going, that's great TV. There we go. That just sold some toothpaste. And he's just fucking raking it in. Look at the guy. He looks like $1 million. A lot of people don't know this about that man. He's 83 fucking years old. You know? Everybody talking about Dick Clark, how great he looked right to the fucking end. Yeah, well, close to the end. That, I should have said that. But fucking, you know, whatever. We all go out like that, right? But, he's fucking 83. A lot of people don't know that. You'd think the guy was like, you know, like, whatever. What, 37? I have no fucking idea. There's got to be people hosting real shit that's fucking difficult. Going, why the fuck didn't I just do that? What he is he's doing a sophisticated Jerry Springer. You know, everybody's sitting down. There's no punches thrown. They scream and yell. They cross their legs. This is one thing I'll say about the Real Housewives. Their fucking legs are incredible. It's fucking amazing. Their legs are like fucking 22-year-olds. Their fucking faces. Woo! You know? Jesus Christ. And I got a lot of fucking nerve saying this, considering the way I look. Considering the way I travel the world. Looking like an albino, balding hellboy. Minus the working out, right? I look like the Thing if it was skinny and didn't have that skin disease. You know what I mean? But yet could not go out in the sun. That's what I am. I'm a middleweight Thing minus whatever. What's it made out of? Come on, Comic Cons. You know what he's made out of. You know how he turned into that. Was it another accident in a lab? Huh? Did he come here from another planet and then get bit by a spider and then got blinded by some shit? Now he's a fast ant. living in somebody's fucking head, you know, driving a jet ski down to Middle Earth. Jesus Christ, just when you fucking think that The Real Housewives is the dumbest fucking thing you're ever going to watch, they come out with another stupid fucking superhero movie. Jesus fucking Christ. Can somebody just collectively get these nerds some hookers? You know, why don't they go, what do the kids go on nowadays? What is that? What is that fucking, you know, it's one of those apps, whatever the fuck it is. It's not, is it Tinder? One of them is like the hoary one, and then the other one's like, oh, you know, I like this kind of food, and I like to have 3 children. You know, the douche app, and then you got the other one that's just like, you know, hey, you know, I got some booze, you know, I got a ding-a-ling, I want to stick it in your fucking, your fucking keyhole there, whatever it is. That's fucking amazing. God bless this generation. You know what I mean? That's fucking great they have that. You know, it's weird. Every year, like, life becomes easier. You have to think less, but it gets more expensive. It's fucking nuts. You know what I mean? I can tell you right now, if there was fucking free porn and there was these dating sites, you know how much easier your fucking life would have been when you were a kid? Just not having a fucking... Oh, God, Jesus, I remember having to go out to those stupid fucking... You just going out to these fucking clubs. You know, I was going out there in the fucking late 80s, walking into a nightclub. Bow, 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 bow. That girl is poison. I hear. And everybody with their fucking puffy-ass pants, walking around wearing driving gloves inside. Fucking music loud as shit, you know? Now you can sit there in your fucking underwear just scrolling through people like you're a fucking rock star on, you know? Like whenever you hear that shit, like how the roadies would go out and pick the fucking women that the band was gonna fuck. And they'd be like, yeah, you, but your friend's gotta stay. And then the fucking friend would leave and she'd be like, Marcy, how could you leave me? And she just fucking walks away. Just for one night. To fuck the guy, some guy from Deep Purple, right? And then years later, the two of them meet, you know, at a high school reunion. And then the fucking one that left the other one, left Marcy behind, is all fucking nervous that Marcy's going to let her now husband know that she fucked, you know, the maracas player. The maracas player from Deep Purple. He wasn't even a full member. They just had him on for that one fucking song because Santana scared the fuck out of him. They thought that was the direction the music was going to go. Then once they realized that mainstream music was only going to accept one Santana, right? And there wasn't going to be another fucking type of Santana. Tell those guys, Bambalea, Bambalea. And then there was Ricky Martin. Right? Then years fucking later, they're at the fucking the high school reunion, and she's just fucking with her eyes. She's trying to be like, "Oh, so good to see you." She's fucking like bringing her in, like, you know, trying to fucking sort of muffle her and choke her out, like, "Don't fucking say shit to my husband." And then they fucked him miraculously in fucking Deep Purple, right? And then Marcy, she's a woman. She's just not going to come out and say it. Where's the fun there? Then it's over. You know, it's like a cat playing with the mouse. She's just going to linger. She's going to start talking to the husband. Yeah, acting all interest, not looking at fucking, you know, Marcy, right? And then she's going to kind of glance over at her. And then she's just going to just slowly let it out. Yeah, me and your wife, yeah, we were crazy back then. Remember all those concerts we went to? And she's just going to watch I forget who's Marcy at this point. The fucking chick who got let. We'll just say Marcy's the married one, all right? You're just going to see her face fucking fall. It's this fucking chick just twists the fucking knife. Is she going to tell? Is she not going to tell? And then she'll back off and change the subject. And then she'll gradually come back around to it. And this fucking guy's just standing there, doesn't know a fucking thing. I'm sorry. I was just doing a table read for a fucking screenplay I'm writing called Marcy's a Cunt.
You know, and I've been shopping it around Hollywood forever. And I tell you, as great as the script is, for whatever fucking reason, they just cannot get past the title. You know, it's just this politically correct age that we live in.